Oh no.
Consequences for
I'm muting him. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the reception table. So glad you could join us here back for episode 17. 17 lovely episodes. I'm real excited about it. We are
17?
One Piece over here. 17, yes. So,
Yeah.
hi, if you don't know us, we are the reception table. We love to play D&D, and we have a good little saga going on revolving a place named Crossroads and their adventures with the Silver Vine. But before we get into any of that, I want to introduce you to our lovely cast. If you guys don't mind, from left to right.
Hello, everyone. My name is James. I play Arya Sophia, and it's lovely to be here.
My name is Cameron. I play Calicath, the Bandaged Bard, or he was at some point. And it's great to be here as always. I'll never miss a session, hopefully.
I'm Grayson. I play Zatira.
All right.
Excellent.
All right. Okay.
Moving on.
well-
Wait, who do you play?
Who is that? You were speaking
Actually-
kind of softly.
I play. I.
Uh huh.
I. I play
And
Zatira.
that is our lovely Grayson who plays Zatira. We're working on just fixing him up a little bit of torture just to get him prepped for the session, get him all excited. He's currently strung up by his toes. Don't worry about it. We're getting the audio fixed. So
Yeah,
before we get into the recap, do we have any
The only word-
notifications for the lovely viewers?
Yes, I have some notifications. The only words we've been teaching Grayson is ahigao, and so that's pretty fun. Also, we have new emojis, little
Yes, we do.
emoticons.
Yes, we do on our Twitch. If you are a affiliate, you will have access to emojis after this episode because we've had major issues, and but we do have them. They're coming up.
Wow.
They're coming up today. But yes, if you are a part, if you are whatever you do in Twitch, if you do that to us, you get stuff. Woo! We have really cute emojis that James put a lot of hard work into, and I really appreciate him for doing that. It's really good stuff and should have been up there about a week ago. However, somebody's too lazy to upload the JPEGs that he slaved over. Who knows who that could be? Most certainly couldn't be me. Anyways, I do have some updates for you from myself. You may notice that we are missing a few episodes or some content from our last 2 weeks. We've gone through a really tough patch of deals. Lots of changes came through on the back end, new editing software from there to issues with uploadings to more house issues. But we're getting it all back up on next Wednesday, and I do apologize for any inconsistencies or issues there, but we are doing our best to make sure that we're here for you to get this stuff going because we love doing it. But without a further ado, I don't think there's anything else.
There's
You should all go
we shall go
to the YouTube channel, to watch the previous
at Mr.
episodes.
Rose
Mr.
and the
Rose.
podcast.
Yes, and the podcast as well.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let me
Show
bring you
properly
all
once.
into our account? No.
Recap.
Recapture.
Recap. Thank you.
Recapturing.
All right. Dragging us over. There we are. So, last we left off on the reception table. Our adventurers, obtained the Silver Vine and made it to town. They had an interaction with a third-party group who had interest in the Vine, but after Astrid adamantly told them that Astrid would not give it to Sawyer, the third party, he accepted as he had other priorities and actually abducted one of the party members, Domino Laverna.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it. The third party then allowed our group of adventurers to leave his manor, but not before Zatira becoming employed by Mr. Sawyer, and they went off to the night, exhausted and beaten, having stayed up for over a day now, and having quite a tough scrap. They looked for rest in the night, and without many places to turn to, Kalakath turned to his grandma's abode, an orphanage in the common grounds of Crossroads. They came in the night and were welcomed with open arms as Miss Nadine made them beds and they laid to rest there. Although that exhaustion seemed to have come back to them. And unfortunately, as they awoke, they ruffled through their bags to find the vine was missing. Kalakath, being the last one who had the vine, took it upon himself to investigate what happened. And on a fateful morning, he went upstairs to Miss Nadine's room, the owner of the church, and a person who did have affiliates with a god who seemed to have interest in the vine. He interrogated Miss Nadine. It was there the god showed himself once more through Nadine, possessing the old woman, and proclaiming that he had obtained the vine, and invited Kalakath and his party to go deep within the sewers to redeem their reward and have their bounties lifted. Kalakath, in an emotional front, couldn't contain himself and shattered the spell on the second story of this old church. The roof blew off. Nadine, for all intents and purposes, has been killed within the blast. The rubble rained down upon the kids and the orphans that were currently outside of the building as it happened. And Kalakath, regathering himself, fell from that second story building down to the first. Before he could really gather what happened, the Red Guard were already approaching the scene. Arya, Kalakath, and Astrid made a flee, sprinting over people's fences into the yards and through residents' homes and houses, barreling their way through the city. And as the Red Guard got ever closer, they found refuge by jumping into the sewers, but not before an unlucky passing of a coach drawn by horses fell upon Kalakath, injuring his leg. Injured, tired, and running for hours now, we return to our adventures deep within the sewers. Arya, Kalakath, Astrid, I'll let you guys take it from there.
This place smells bad.
Yeah, of course it does. This is where the shit goes.
This shit goes somewhere.
We've already discussed this. You don't have bathrooms. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Well, I appreciate your apology. Apology accepted. How about that? So,
Why do bad things happen to me?
so what's our plan? We want to fight this random guy.
He's not a random guy. He stole something from us that we desperately need, which I'm sure you're aware of by now.
Yes, the Silver Vine. Yes.
Yes. Oh. I have my own reasons for hunting him down. Astrid will surely need the Silver Vine back. And you, like I said, you don't have to be here. You do have the opportunity to leave if you so choose. Although, Kalakath reaches down and pats his broken leg. There's surely no way I can fight him in this state, and we are very ill-prepared for what lies ahead.
Yeah.
We're too wanted to go back to the surface to try and prepare. Not to mention, I think terrible things are happening up there anyways.
As you say that, there's the sound of distant thunder, just muffling its way, slowly echoing quietly through the sewers. It's quite hard to discern, but it doesn't sound quite like thunder. But it kind of bellows, and you can hear them occasionally blast. It's really hard to discern what it is, but it sounds like muffled, almost shots of some sort.
Looks like something's getting blasted up there. So, my intuition was right.
Well, that's fair. I think you guys do need my help, and we'll see what happens after that. But there's some preparation that I wouldn't be opposed to. Didn't we have another person with us? Someone who's friendly
Did.
towards us? Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
I wouldn't say friendly, but Zatira Morn.
Yeah, well, she was
As I
nice to me.
recall, she's currently residing at... Oh, what's that bastard's name? What is it? Sawyer? Sebastian?
Yeah, sort of.
Yes. She's still residing at his place, and she's the only one of us now that has underground connections. she might be able to get us somewhere to procure some loot, or at the very least, while things are happening up on the surface. As inadvisable as it is, we could always just take what we want. What's going to happen? We're going to get more wanted than terrorists.
Uh, yeah, I'm not really fond of that plan.
Neither
You
am
know,
I.
they don't really know me that well. I could always go up to that big mansion and collect our friend, and then we'll rendezvous somewhere else.
As Arya says this, Kalakath slowly looks up at him and says, "Brother, you, in possibly the most offensive way possible, are the most noticeable out of all of us. Bright white hair, always
Yes.
covered in flowers, incredibly loud,
Yes.
a
I would-
literal offense to the very senses."
I would be nothing else but myself.
This is true.
I'd have it.
Maybe I'll get lucky and you'll get kidnapped too. Because God forbid I have something good today.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, if anything, you could always borrow my cloak and maybe you try it, but unless you have any better ideas, we have Giant Blue Man and Broken Leg Man and myself.
I say, well, I've got some fine clothes here in my bag. I could just swap out to something else. Maybe they, and I tap at my face and realize once again that all of my eyes are showing.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't think. Maybe I'm the most noticeable one now.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you should run to the surface, grab Zatir, and head on back.
I think that might just be our plan.
In the meantime, I'll rest here in the shit tower, the shit tunnel, sewers.
Okay, well, just know I don't envy you.
I don't envy me either. Do you remember how to get there?
Yeah, just hop up and that way. You know?
Which direction did Arya point?
In the wrong direction. No, he probably if he can go back to the church, he could probably get back to
Rose, I want to insight check Arya. Does he know where to go?
Arya, roll. I want you to roll a nature check, a survival check.
Alright. Survival, you know, we take those. I have a -1 in it, so 15.
Hey.
Okay. Now, Kalakath, whether or not you believe him on what he's saying, I'll roll you. I'll have you roll your insight check.
Cool. A dirty 20.
Oh no. Oh no.
You feel confident that, in terms of what Arya's doing, he's pointing. He did point the wrong way, and then like kind of gave a jokingly like or that way, but it's his actions are contrary to how he's acted. Though he never knows anything new, once he learns something, he's proven to be pretty good at recalling that information. It seems as though he's not a stupid individual, just one who doesn't know many things. It's going by the history where you've had with him, talking very little and things, he's quick to catch on to stuff. He remembered Sawyer's name like that one meeting. He remembered, and granted Sawyer's a bigger character, but he's remembered smaller people's names as well. This character is quick-witted, though he did point the wrong way.
So take that as you will.
I'll... Don't get lost, please.
I'll try not to. But if we end up getting some of that, oh, what did Domino say? That ice cream. Just forgive me. I start heading, trying to get my way out of this sewers.
Oh, and
Kalakath.
that's the end of me. He's sitting on the ground in shame.
Kalakath, as you watch Arya leave, like his form slowly disappearing just beyond the lights that you guys have procured for yourself. Astrid for sure holding his torch. He kind of disappears into the darkness, and you do look down on your body and like where those what used to be sentient bandages that grow themselves over your body covering. You see them still moving, but much slower than once before. You see your arms and your eyes still looking frantically, and you know that when the bandages used to cover them, the eyes would disappear. But as you stare at your hands and your neck, the bandages crawl just ever so slowly, as though tired or exhausted, trying their best to cover your arms. And there's this cold, dark feeling that runs down your spine all the way to your feet, and you feel heavy.
That damn sound is back. My ears ring like no other. Ugh. Maybe I need a nap.
And you go to
Kalakath pulls his bag to the side and lays down, attempting to use it as a pillow.
Astrid is rage drawing in his sketchbook, or his he doesn't have a sketchbook, but in one of his many what do you want to call pastels? He's got many canvases. He's got a canvas he's currently painting,
Yes.
but just to try to blow some of the steam that he's built up from losing the vine.
It's all in a shade of red.
It's on a shade of red.
Yeah.
But as for you, Arya, rolling a 15.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, me?
You start to head your way up to the surface world, and you peek your head over to a manhole, and there seems to through a manhole. First thing you see are Red Guard boots running past them. There's a franticness to the city. People are running around. You do hear this bing, bing, bing bell repeating its way through, followed by a couple coo, coo, coo shots. And you then see one of the bing, bing, a cannonball blast into a tower, and that tower, bong, big heavy sound as a bell tower begins to fall over, crashing onto its side as you just peeking through the manhole. More foot soldiers go running their way, seemingly towards the what would be the seaside district. And then there's a franticness to the people in the city. They're running into their shops, into their homes. There's people kind of like sprinting away. One person picks up a child, throws it onto their shoulder, goes running. The woman kind of disappearing behind an alleyway. There's a franticness in the city as you see a streaming cannonball fly past and crash into something that you can't quite see within your line of view.
Wow. I guess this stage has more players than I expected. I'll just see myself stage left and start heading towards the right, towards distant Galahad. We're in the common grounds, right?
You guys are in the common grounds, and you're going to be heading towards distant Galahad?
Yes.
Yep, that
that
makes
is
sense.
where. Yes. And they're heading towards the south, towards Seaside District, right?
That's correct. They're all the soldiers you saw were heading south towards the seaside district. You kind of pop out of the sewers whenever there seems to be a lack of people currently that would be paying any attention, any mind to you. As you begin to run your way through the various alleyways and streets, heading your way back to the distant Galahad, you do see even more soldiers kind of running their way down. And at one point, during this about 10-minute run, the firing and the cannonballs do stop. But you've made it about halfway to the distant Galahad.
Oh well, that's good. I'll look behind me and see if anything's happening, because I don't know what that could be. But I'll keep jogging for sure.
Yeah, but you're jogging. You take a look. I want you to roll a perception check as you're going up on this small hill within the city, and you look to your right to see the shiny sea that's up beyond the ways.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
16? Oh, nice. You can see that there's a fleet of ships with these large masts. Each ship having 3 different masts. They're quite large, and they're sitting way in the distance, very far away. However, there are three ships much closer. 2 ships that are currently parallel to the ports, and 1 other ship that is directly towards the port, as though in ramming position, going its way closer and closer to the seaside district's wayward of the sea, warden of the sea, excuse me. And you can see that the entire ship is engulfed in flames as it's slowly riding its way up to the edge of the city.
Huh. That's not good. I should probably hurry. And I'm going to say, you know what? In some points, all the world's a stage, and I am not the main character of that one. I need to go do my thing. Pick up someone very important.
You begin to head your way, continuing down to Sawyer's mansion. Now we're going to pick up the Zatira. Zatira, the morning was decently calm before anything was going on. You were inspecting, you had just interacted with Mr. Sawyer in the afternoon. Excuse me, it was not the morning, it was the afternoon. You had received from Walter this black, like shiny crossbow with the dark red symbol of Sawyer's S into the hilt. A very fine weapon. You were inspecting it in your room before the blast followed. It will pick up from you where we left off.
Taking a good look at this thing, feeling the weight, doing like a test aiming with it. Thinking, oh, this is a fine piece of work. I need to commission whoever made this for other things. And then that's when you hear that the explosions going on outside.
Mm-hmm. You hear what sounds like thunder, and when you look out, you see that same cannonball crash into the tower that Arya saw, and the tower begin to fall. The bell tower that was ringing gives with a heavy dong as it's crashing down. And when you look off to what would be the sea, there are several ships very far away, and then there are 3 ships up close. 2 ships that are facing towards the ports, and 1 ship that is just directly towards the port, but not on fire, as this is a little bit in the past.
Shite. I will immediately leave my room and look around for someone to see if they have any better clue as to what's going on outside.
You go running out of your room quickly to find. It's not too hard to find. There's a number of maids and maidens, or sorry, sirs and ladies who work the house, currently rushing about, grabbing things, putting things places.
The audio is messing up.
Yeah, that's just for me in that moment. That was weird.
Yeah, it's just for Grayson.
Is it still messed up?
Oh, no.
Grayson and me.
All right. Is that any better?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Good
Let's
catch,
see.
guys.
Testing.
Testing, 1 through 3, everybody.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that looks good. That looks good.
It's a really weird Discord thing. I really need to learn how to fix that, but I don't really know what's happening. Discord has some changes, and this has been happening for a number of streamers, but it's got to be fixed. It's so frustrating. We might have to switch this. Anyway, let's go back to it.
Yep. I'm looking for someone.
Good job. You find a number of workers of the house currently rushing about, grabbing things, moving about quickly, and those are the first people you find.
I'll quickly ask them, do you know what's going on? What's happening?
There's something wrong with the city. We're told to get everything ready to move.
Move where?
Well, move back to Galahad, of course. And you see one of them, like, they grab a door, they press their hands firmly against the door frame, and the entire door frame does a wave of magic, and it's gone. And they go running its way, and they're like moving their way quickly down the hallway. You see there's several people doing this. They're touching picture frames, and the picture frames do a wave of magic before they're gone. They're touching another frame, a wave of magic before it's gone. We're supposed to be getting everything ready to get out of the city. Walter said that there's something happening.
Where is Walter right now?
He's in the main hallway down. He's currently giving orders he's on the main stairwell.
I will immediately bolt for Walter to get a better idea what's happening.
Pushing your way through the mansion, you quickly find there's a Walter standing there in his regal outfit, his back arched. He stands there. And you run to the southwest hall. Make sure that you don't miss any of the pictures. Grab the artifacts within the room. They cannot be put into a stasis. And he's currently going about this spiel while he's walking down the stairs, giving orders. Yes, sir, as he's walking just gently. There's a leisureness to him, but a sternness in his voice.
Walter, what's happening?
Oh, Master Satira. Looks like the city's run into troubles, and we're not going to be one to find out. Let the Red Guard do their business. And we are currently moving. Yes, grab that, bring it down. And you see several people bringing down this large chair, like couch down the stairs. Bring it to the room where we can have the large stasis, thank you. How may I help you, Master Satira?
Who the heck would just outright attack Crossroads?
There's as you asked that, there's a loud like whizzing sound, like phew. A large crash happens a few blocks down the ways. Walter does kind of like jump his shoulders up for a second, put his head down, lifts his back up, and he goes, Crossroads probably has many problems, many issues, many enemies. That is none of our concern. Bring down and he's just yelling, chandelier, please. That one can't be brought. But, Master Satira, I'm sure this is going to be interrupting your businesses. You're happy to be returning to us in Galahad as long as we can get everything on time, please. Sawyer does not like to be late or delayed in these kind of situations. Sawyer's already been taking his family and rushing them to Galahad as quickly as he can.
Yes, this is going to be an unfortunate thorn in my side.
Ours as well.
The mission I'm already on.
Absolutely. If there's no Crossroads left, then there's no use in having Crossroads as ports. But that's besides our point. We must only react, not proact. Anything I may help you with, Satira?
If you see my brother Zeke, tell him to be careful, and I should be seeing him soon.
They might be finding you in Galahad. Yes, that's okay. He yells off to another one who yells towards him. But Satira, if I were you, if you don't want to be put into stasis, I would find your way out of the mansion before we're done cleaning. But at this rate, we will be done within the hour.
Satira will nod her head and will exit the mansion and get a better look at what the heck's the carnage that's happening outside.
As you rush out, the building that got crashed into down the ways, you have eyesight of it now. It has a big the second story is just crackled in. You're on the main roads. There's people running about. There's the bells, dong dong dong, the ones that are left. And in terms of the ships that are currently in the Seaside District, they're currently two of them are parallel to the things they're firing upon the city. But more particularly, you see some fire get focused into the Seaside District. Although from this distance you can't tell, as distant Galahad is a little bit on the hill, but not the highest point. You look around, there's not too much crazy carnage at this point. It's not like they got hit by any nukes or anything. There's just cannonballs coming in, and it looks as though the Santiago family is interested in leaving before finding out what's exactly going on.
Do I only see the ships firing on? I don't see ground troops fighting anybody.
In this area, not particularly. More than anything, you see a lack of Red Guard that would normally be stationed in this area seemingly disappeared, perhaps to go approach the threat. Distant Galahad is decently far from the Seaside District, but still close enough that if someone were firing from the sea, a few cannonballs could make their way up.
Can I see any clear markings of something that could indicate the affiliation of these ships, like a symbol on their sails or flags or anything?
Roll a history check.
Of the sort. History check. Boom. That is a total of 10.
10? Considering the proximity of when you've seen these ships before, these are the same fleet at least as far as the ships go, that were along with Canton Prin and the mysterious third figure.
Can't
However,
Prin.
However, you do notice that their flagship, one of the largest, most gruesome thing that had the jagged edges and the 3 masts that stood with a dark flag and with silver flags of lining, is not there.
Really want that silver vine bad, don't they? And with that, Satira's gonna try and bolt towards the orphanage. Find them quickly, get this thing over with.
As you guys are running through, a few more cannonballs whiz over, the crash, and then after running for about 5-6 minutes, all the fire stops. And as you're like out of your breath a little bit, you take a look down because you've been sprinting. You can see now through the clearings of 2 buildings that there's one ship parallel to the port currently coming in completely engulfed in flames. And it's not too long till Arya, I want you to roll a perception check.
Arya or Satira?
Arya.
Okay.
A little perception check.
Yeah, 14.
All right. Within the chaos and the mess, most of the people in the roads by this point has cleared. You see a red tiefling sprinting their way down. It's not too long to tear. You also see a white-haired figure. Every step, his hair goes into a big bouncy flow behind him, running their way towards you. A flower kind of goes off into a green rose as it like lifts off of his left shoulder.
Arya! I'll sprint up.
Satira!
Where are
Hey,
the others?
alright, well, a lot of bad stuff happened, but we know where
Yeah, I can
Y
tell.
is.
Satira just looks up into the clouds and says, honestly, there must be some divine being just really looking out for me. It's just having every solution I have just fall right in front of me.
Yeah, that's me. Anyways, we have to go.
Right.
Calicat
where
has
are
a
they?
broken leg. Alright, so we're in the sewer. I'm gonna bring you there.
Just fill me in while we run.
Alright, and as we start running towards the area where the tower had fell, because that's probably gonna be my closest reference point, I tell her about the explosion in the church with not the most detail, because Arya doesn't know the most detail, but a lot. The tower exploded. Calicath told Arya that the vine is gone and that Y
Yuri's
had
face
told us.
immediately drops are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and oh, by the way, Y stole it, and Y said, "Hey, come to the sewers to get your reward," which that's a trap. That's obviously
yeah.
a trap.
Absolutely.
But
I don't even know why we're entertaining the idea.
well, we're gonna kill him, right?
Oh yeah, we'll just go to him and he's definitely not gonna have plans for us showing up.
No. If anything, we're playing into his plan.
Right, yes. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Which, hate to see, but we'll have to do what we have to do. Also, Calicath broke his leg, and Astrid is
Karma.
incredibly angry.
Oh,
In fact, he's so angry he's not saying anything.
I don't blame him.
Also, we said we were going to do some preparations. I don't know what preparations we could do, but
I don't think we have much time for preparations.
yeah.
The freaks and weirdos we had to deal with on the beach are getting bolder. They're attacking the port.
Yeah, and if they want the Silver Vine, they're going to go to Y as well, which means we have to beat them.
I don't think they know that it's taken the Y. They're probably going to assume it was taken to Lord Kohi.
We don't know what they can do. I saw a guy teleport. I've never seen anyone teleport. Not without weird
I'm
magic.
not talking about what they can do. I'm talking about what I think they might do. They don't know that Y has taken it. At least
Well,
I don't
that's-
think.
You lost me there, but I don't know what their capabilities are. I don't know what knowledge they have. They might have a thing that it's that way. We don't know.
As you guys are jog talking, now at this point there's some buildings that block the line of sight. but you do see a pillar of fire erupt from the Seaside District. You guys are just about to the manhole as almost a large line reaching towards the sky kind of starts to appear. It's nearly blinding, and a wave of heat kind of runs its way over the city as this large column of flame roars its way towards the sky and kind of starts to dissipate at the roof. It's almost like a water spout of sorts. And then before you, about 30, 40 feet away, is the manhole that you came from, Arya, as this roaring flames almost changes the color of the buildings as it like starts to burn at the sky.
You know, this is a good example of what I was talking about. I don't know what they're capable of, and I
Where
hate...
do?
It's right here. It's right here.
No, I mean like where? Talking to the DM. Where
is-
do we see this gout of flame coming from?
So you guys are running between buildings, like moving your way through, and you guys can't see the port from here because at this point you've gone into a lower elevation of this city.
Yeah.
However, it's unavoidable to not see as a giant column of flame erupts. You can see it over the tops of the buildings, over the tops of currently, like, you can look up in the sky and see what almost looks like a massive, how high a flare goes in real life, but just a constant column of flame like all the way to the sky. And and you can see that it literally changes the shade of the light because it's brighter than that of the sun for the moment as everything becomes an orangish hue.
Okay, let's get down there.
It's
You know,
definitely
this is
several
why-
blocks away.
This is why I don't like spellcasters, right? Because I have to work for my skill, and he could just show up, say, "Gone," and that whole block is just destroyed. That's it, and it's unbelievable.
I thought you were gonna mention the collateral damage, but that's
The-
sure annoying.
I mean, the amount of damage you could do just... Oh yeah, why do you need a sword when you could just...
Right. Anyway, where's the hell's the hole?
It's I pointed to it like 3 times. I'm already in it.
3 blocks away. Yeah.
Like 30 feet away.
As a matter of fact, I'm already
What the
here.
DM
as he
said.
lowers the manhole.
Yeah, Kalakath, I guess all this ruckus is woken you up. You see Kalakath currently push open the manhole, currently like inviting you in.
Sorry.
Might be slipping in.
Alright.
Everyone jumps on in.
I'll save my "I told you so" for later. Right now,
Oh.
we gotta deal with the fucking wherever the hell Y is.
And the roaring mess from outside quickly becomes muffled as you guys go into the silent sewers.
You say you know where he is?
What, you talking
Yeah.
to me?
Yeah, Calicath
Either-
knows where he is. Yeah. Right, Calicath? You know exactly where he is. Right?
Right. That's right.
I don't think Sakura needs to do an insight check to know that that's not the case.
I absolutely know where he is.
Right. Lead
Sewers.
the way. Her eyes, they're like, are you fucking for real right now?
That's hilarious.
Listen, I don't know about you, but Kalakath points at his leg. We're not ready for this. Knowing that he
Oh.
did not finish his previous sentence. We have to prepare somehow. We don't have medicine. I'm got a broken leg. I'm sure some of us are still exhausted. We could be significantly more prepared for this, but it has to be done.
Right. I don't think we have much time to prepare, given what's going on outside.
So, here's my idea.
Okay.
The top side is being absolutely blown to shit. I can hear it while you guys were gone.
Right.
Yes.
Don't know what's happening out there, but I assume it's not fighting in the streets. Am I right?
It's fucking spellcasters.
Bombardment along the Seaside District, more like.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be in a panic. We're already criminals anyway, right? Let's just take what we need.
From?
Stores. Anybody. We can break into homes. We can break into stores. Take whatever we need and just go. I'm not saying going on a thieving run for money, but we need necessities. unless one of you has a better idea for a way to prepare. Because I'm all ears. Truly.
Siri's gonna brainstorm a location that would have either weapons, ammo, or healing items that are at least within the same district that we're in, like somewhere close.
Roll a. Actually, I wouldn't have you roll a history check. This is something you'd be very familiar with, as it's right next to the Minim. Actually, the Julesville
Yeah, I was
Nightly
thinking.
General Store has a lot of like general adventuring basics, but it doesn't have anything like. You know that it will occasionally have one or two fancy things, but it's not like a magician's store or a magic's weapons store. It is a general store that is used for typically fishermen or sea-based adventurers.
There's a general store beside the Minim that should have something useful to us.
Cool.
When you say something useful, how useful are we talking? Because
Um,
there are plenty of things that are useful, but useful for our current situation.
Would I expect there to be like healing potions or something that would treat wounds, maybe spell scrolls available there?
You might expect spell scrolls. You might expect a few things that might be useful,
Oh,
but for potions, you know that is a Sawyer. That's their industry. That's their trade. If there were any kind of potions,
They're pulling out, yeah.
yeah, you're not going to find them without it being involved with at least distant Galahad-based stores, that kind of deal. There might be some,
Yeah.
but if they are, they're purchased and they're for the shop owner, that kind of deal, hidden away or something. Like potions are very high
right.
demand, and people do hide them in their homes.
Yeah, it would be the under the table product there. Worth trying at least.
I suppose you're right. Now, another question.
Hmm.
I have a broken leg.
Right.
How do we manage this?
Well, yesterday I was carrying a not so conscious person.
Kira will take out her crowbar. Don't worry, I'm not gonna buff the other one.
Uh-huh.
And
Down.
Yeah, Satir, you have a really good history with helping people medically. So.
right, give
What
me
are
a
you
hand
gonna
with
do?
this one.
Fucking bend it back into place. Get away from me.
Oh yeah. Both of us are
You
even
probably
better.
should do that. You don't want it to heal
Bend it back into
like
place.
that.
What?
It's a.
You don't want it to stay like that.
No.
It's
No,
not
no,
that
no.
bad. I could put a splint on it, not shove a
Right.
crowbar into the wound.
What do you think my crowbar's for? Give me your fucking bandages.
I start pulling at the bandages, but I don't pull out nearly as many as I
Hey,
originally would have.
Roll a d4 for me, please, and let me know the result.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
Duh, 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 duh. I got a 1.
That's good. That's good.
Ah,
1
you
is the
do
best
get-
it could be.
You get the bandages act appropriately. The amount of magical bandages rolling out is normal and good, and so there's no abnormalities with your spool of bandages. Because why would there be?
Very
I
true.
hated
very
that. I hated that.
True. As I hand Zatira the bandages, I say, Have you guys been hearing anything lately? Other than the
My ears have been
kabooms?
ringing too much from the cannon fire, so no.
Yeah, there's those people we fought. They're back.
Yeah,
The Canton Pren and his crew, they're back.
they didn't take too nicely to us taking their stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
Put
think
it-
they know that we have it though.
yeah, but
Probably
they
assume
might.
Lord. They're probably
sounds
either
like-
going to be looking for us, or they assume we already took it to Lord Kohi or something.
They
Fill an
could be
Asterisk mission.
could be heading in this direction. I don't know.
It sounds like explosions, though.
They're
Right?
firing cannons.
Oh yes.
And it has stopped.
That's not it.
It's good.
All
That totally nothing else. No. Oh, and fire.
probably
and I
gave up
heard-
on the cannon fire and now sending their own troops in.
I don't blame. I mean, like, who needs ships when you have like wizards? It's
Ichigo
unfair.
Kasa? Yeah,
It's unfair.
yeah. Anyway, hold still. Arya, give me a hand. Kalakath, lie still, and I don't know, find a piece of wood to bite on.
Okay.
What?
We got to give this man a splint for his leg.
What does he need to bite
Help
something?
me,
Yeah, I'll
because
help
it's
you.
gonna
I'm
fucking hurt.
hungry.
What did you say, Cameron?
Because he's hungry.
Because I'm hungry.
That's better. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, you people are so weird.
All right.
Spellcasters. No offense. No offense.
DM, will you allow me to make this medicine check with
Mhm.
Arya's assistance?
Yeah.
To negate his movement penalty.
No,
No, maybe not negate it.
Maybe help.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
How big's
say
that?
it would take a medicine check to create a splint. With the help of Arya and Zatira, you guys do successfully create a splint and apply it to Kalakath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that necessarily needs a roll, as you already have the crowbar and you're just tying essentially bandages to
Yeah.
his leg.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. It's not like what we were doing with Pearl or the girl. This is just simple first aid.
Okay.
And so with that, you
Huh.
do have a splint applied.
So
Well, you were
so
right.
just
That did hurt like a bitch.
how'd the wood taste?
It wonderful. Thank you.
Oh. No problem. I think I would prefer the eggs from this morning.
I think you got a splinter in between your teeth.
Tears start streaming down all of Kalakath's eyes again. You just hear like a. He
Alright.
simply can't contain it anymore.
Oh.
Don't put too much weight on it. It's still not great.
And if anything, I could always pick you up.
Don't touch me. Please.
Yeah.
Alright, if we don't have any more things,
Oh wait.
Uh,
You know, speaking of people I've picked up, Pearl was in the church when it exploded.
Yeah. I'm gonna be straight with you, man.
Uh-huh.
right.
I'm gonna say he's dead.
Great.
Damn it.
We're really holding true to our words and our promises, aren't we?
I did
You
my
guys are the
best,
worst.
then he abandoned us.
We
So,
are such good friends.
I
I
think
tried.
I think you guys are the worst. No offense.
I agree. But
Well,
I do my best, and no one can say I don't. Whether or
that's
not
good.
that's good enough
I don't think
is
I want you around.
Oh.
you know what?
Wow,
I
Zatira.
understand.
You know, Kalakath has been really cool. You know, I found out he can
Right.
explode things.
Ah,
That's
Zatira, like, if she didn't have it explained to her already, puts two and two together. Oh, the thing exploded. Yeah, I just found out that Kala can explode things. Right,
Unrelated.
right. Let's get moving to the fucking general store. Christ.
Yeah, all four of us start heading out.
It should be a distraction if we follow the sewers this way.
Uh-huh.
You guys make your way through the sewers. It's not very long, as you guys are already in the common district and it's not hard to find. As you guys peek through the manhole of the area that's closer to that of the general store, the alleyways and the road is pretty empty. You see an abandoned wagon, seemingly that all the goods were grabbed before it was taken. But regardless, some horses stand there and stamp their feet, kind of obviously confused. And there's no activity. It's quiet here. It's like ghost town levels of lack of people around.
Zatira wants to take like a quick scan of the area a little bit more to see if you can see any more people or stuff that was left behind on the carriage, perhaps.
Yeah. Do you hop out of the sewers?
Yes.
Hopping out of the sewers first. You make your way over to the carriage. You can now see that there is an imposing light in the sky. The pillar's gone, but as you see that light, it says a few words, and it says in this not ending flaming words written into the sky, says, "Return the vine, more will follow."
Okay. They're holding the city hostage.
You don't think that's related to us, do you?
What? No. We don't even have the vine.
Right. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
By the way, Zatira, we don't have the vine.
Right. Arya made sure to point that out on the way here.
Right. I didn't know how caught up you were on
No,
our
I told
recent
I told her.
activities.
I told
And
her.
roll an investigation as he's telling you this.
Investigation. That is a total of 14.
You find that in this little, like, I wouldn't call it a carriage because it doesn't have a roof, but wagon, a bag of rice. Obviously, there was more space when things were taken. The most valuable thing here is the actual horses in the wagon. The horses themselves were quickly and loosely tightened to a nearby pole as they stand there and they stomp their feet, confused, frustrated. And there's no people currently in sight that own this wagon.
If we need to hightail it above ground, we have those. Leave them there
That's
for
true.
now.
But our enemies in the sewers.
Mm,
I hope.
Hopefully.
I think now Zatira will head towards the front of the general store, see if there's... Trying to make sure that there's, like, no people still in there that may also be looting.
As you make your way
There's still
towards
looters
the
around.
front of the building and you're looking through the windows, I want you to roll a perception check.
Perception. That is a modified 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
You look in, and it's not hard to see. There are actually a few people. There's a man currently hunched down, looking over a table inside of this store. Knocked over on the floor is some merchandise, and you can see that there is a woman and another man currently together holding hands. They look scared. One of them seems to be the woman seems to be a tiefling with red hair and her horns going back, and the man holding his hand, it's hard to discern who that is. And then off in the other side of the building stands another woman and several children. The woman kind of gives off a teacher-like vibe where she's wearing this skirt and this kind of thing. It looks like a lot of people might have immediately ran to the most open area around. There seems to be a teacher woman and her children, a couple, and then what may be best discerned as the store owner, Mr. Jules O'Knightley himself.
Is the front door locked or blocked in any way?
Trying the door, just giving it a quick twist, it is locked.
What's it made of?
Satira will knock on the door.
Oh no.
Satira will knock on the door.
Yeah.
Say,
it's-
hello? Someone! We have injured. We need help. And try and convince someone to let us in.
There's a moment of silence. You're standing in front of the door. Kalakath, as it is wood. And Arya, you can see some people looking through the window. You can see that a man crawling on all fours is slowly making his way to the door, like all stealthy but with his butt arched, and he's terribly doing so. It looks like it might be the store owner as he's crawling towards the door, trying to keep his body low, but he's terribly doing it.
Right. Arya thinks to himself that he has the capacity to do the funniest thing imaginable with his thunder abilities, but he chooses not to.
Okay, and Kalakath?
I will
Anything?
patiently wait.
Patiently waiting.
Before trying my idea.
So Zatira is still in front of that door, knocking. Hello, someone, please.
You can
We
hear
need
some
help.
shuffling, and then like it takes a moment before a man you hear a man's voice pressed up against the corner of the door. Yeah. Who do you have? Who's injured? What happened?
A man with a broken leg, another with some arrow wounds.
What?
They need immediate medical attention or something.
What's going on out there? How do I know that you're okay, people?
If we weren't, we wouldn't be bothering asking through the door.
I
Yeah,
I
if y'all
don't
have seen
know
the
exactly if that's applies.
if y'all have seen the port,
It's
the
just
port's
the four of us.
completely on fire. They have some spellcasters. We're not spellcasters.
Are you with them?
It's just no.
No.
Couldn't be further from them.
Roll a persuasion check real quick.
Persuasion. That's a modified 10.
But with advantage because I was saying
You're helping?
no, we're not. No.
Yeah. Okay.
And not doing not even the bare minimum. No.
With advantage because I shook my head no.
You know, I crossed my arms.
That sounds targeted. He
Only in a funny way.
he rolled a 16 on his insight, but you were telling the truth.
Right.
Yeah, it's all
And
true.
with that, there's a click, click, and you hear 2 clicks of locks before the door handle twists and pulls in. Come on, quick, before anyone sees you.
Come on, move in.
Okay. Yep.
You all shuffle in.
Calicath. Calicath
no.
limps in, and once he's past the door, he makes a face at the owner.
What
His
is
back
wrong with you?
arches. He like takes a
True
few steps
chaotic
backwards and trips. Like his legs get caught underneath a small chair. He trips and lands harshly on his back as fear gets full in his eyes. Because following you, Calicath, you being the third one, Astrid's arm and body slowly lurches
Oh God, I
inwards
forgot
and
about
looks
him.
in. There's a dark like look as the light kind of hits Astrid's body a certain way. Zatira, roll a perception check as everyone in the building quickly freezes with fear, and a couple people like the woman, she grabs her children and like leans farther back into her as the teacher woman like does that.
Relax. I rolled a modified. I rolled a total of 22.
22.
Hey.
Zatira,
Yeah.
as you say relax, it's not hard to catch that directly to your left, right behind you, is a poster board with a domino in the front and your menagerie, except for Arya, currently postered on the sides, right? All standing, and you're basically standing right in front of the wanted poster with everyone, and everyone's looking with
That's
fear and
funny.
frozen.
That's a funny bit.
We're not looking to hurt anybody.
Once, did Calicath also notice it?
I would say yes.
Or was that just okay? Calicath will tap Zatira on the back and like limp, try to he'll pathetically limp up front and go, listen, look, I'm sorry for the intrusion. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry for the intrusion. I know what it looks like,
so many
but you
eyes.
gotta believe us. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
He was born that way.
was
It's kind of rude of
he's
you.
making fun of me. I was recently cursed.
No, sir.
I
I
apologize.
wasn't making fun of. No, sir.
No,
sir.
not
Relax.
you, not you.
Calm
No,
down.
no, not you, not you. I'm talking about my white-haired friend here.
Oh.
I was recently cursed. I know it's very unsightly, and I pull at my bandages. I say, I've recently been trying to hide it, or what's left of my bandages. Forgive me, and I try and cover my face with my hand. But you gotta believe us. We got into some trouble. We were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. We've been branded all these terrible names, but truly, we haven't done any of it.
Roll.
I'm so sorry for the trouble. I'm sorry for the intrusion. But
Roll a
please, we just
deception
need a little
check.
bit of help.
Zatira would like to try and assist. with
With a nod of the head.
I
yeah,
think
by
this
saying,
goes all on
"Look,
him
we're
unless
not
you got
trying
something big.
Look, we're not
Yeah, this is a
trying
big
to
one.
harm anyone. We don't want to harm anybody.
Hey, modified
We
21.
just are looking for. We're just looking for just a little bit of help.
Let's see here. Ooh. There's certainly fear in this shop teller's eyes as he wanted to assist some people, and then in came what he's been told were demons and devils currently scourging the land and the city. And he looks at you. There's just this fear in his eye, but as you describe that you didn't do any of it, and you're talking nicely to him, he starts to pull himself up as he was on his back currently, like he flipped over the chair. He's pulling himself up on the table. He looks at you and he goes, what even can we do for you? Why are they saying these things about you?
We're looking
Well,
to fix something.
when our big friend here, and I point to Astrid, first arrived in town,
Hey,
no one's seen a Goliath in so long. I promise he's a gentle soul despite his
They
demeanor.
said that he ate someone in the tavern. Whole.
I
did
assure
you
you,
eat someone?
he has a great appetite, but he has
Please don't hurt
no
us.
room for people. The only type of
Honestly,
food
you
this
don't-
man likes is nicely done pork and steak.
Is that true?
It's true.
I'm
I
asking
promise.
him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I want you to roll a persuasion check with Astrid's scores.
Oh God.
He's a man of
May
a
I
few words.
By saying
How you?
he may be big, but I don't think his mouth is big enough to fit a whole man. Seriously.
That's true. It would be quite difficult. See, persuasion is 11.
So
Does he have an advantage from my attempted assistance?
Yeah, can we get an advantage or something?
I don't believe so. Not in the sense as tears begin to run
Alright.
down this man's face, and he goes, "Please, please don't hurt us."
Hey, Hey, how about this? If it helps, my friend Astrid here is quite the painter. You want to show him that? I know you painted a sunset recently. I thought it was rather beautiful. Remember when we were taking camp outside that tower all those days ago? You wanna show these fine folks that? It'll show you that he's got a gentle touch.
Yeah. I still have that painting, and he shows.
Does
I think
he?
I think he trashed that
He
one
would.
actually.
I think he did.
He
I think
painted.
I think
he had one when we were in the cell, though. The sunset.
He did have that one. He
night.
didn't. I don't think he said he trashed
He
that
has
one.
that one.
Yeah, I
He
think he
saved-
should
he
still have
saved
that
one
one.
of them.
He saved one.
Yeah, he definitely saved the one.
He's
cell.
got a painting. He sat down and he made several paintings.
You do pull out your paintings, and they kind of like unfold and furrow, and they just kind of sit there, and he just kind of like looks at you, like that of like a squirrel who you just caught in the middle of doing something and it has nowhere to run, but he just kind of like gives you like a nod, like they're very good.
Hey, thanks. That's real nice of you.
Hey,
Oh, you see?
is it Zatir? Well, he's still not. Can we just grab the stuff and leave? I think the longer we stay here, the worse it's gonna be for us. We can just
Well,
Let me
we
just
can
ask.
just go.
Let me
Just
just
ask. Okay, yeah, just ask.
Excuse me. We are looking to get out of your hair very quickly. I was
Okay.
just hoping that you might have either like something to treat wounds, like how do you see our friend here has a broken leg, our big friend has caught a
Yeah.
few arrows, or like even spell scrolls even that may assist in some manner, and then we're gone.
I like helping people. I think I could help your leg if you gave me the moment. I have a scroll, if that would be of any use. If you don't hurt anyone here, I can do that.
Wasn't our plan to begin with.
Okay. And he takes a few steps by. He's like keeping a good like girth as he walks around behind the counter. And at this point, I'd say Astrid, being the tallest, can look over the counter. Astrid, or what would be Astrid? You can easily see that there's one man that was not originally seen, currently crouched behind the counter as well. His helmet off and under, like kind of on the floor. His weapons also laying sideways. There seems to be a young Redguard man currently crouched and hiding and shaking. It seems as though maybe when everything happened, he abandoned his post with the Redguard and went hiding within the merchant's building. And the merchant kind of carefully grabs one of the scrolls.
I guess me playing Astrid, as long as he doesn't do anything funny, I guess he could be a coward.
And the individual kind of takes a step out. So these scrolls, and he passes it over to whomever would take it. It helps heal over wounds, but it takes time. It's a restoration spell. You apply it twice a night, you apply it once every 2 nights, and depending on the severity, it can assist you. That's why I added 3 scrolls of it. And with that, you guys get 3 scrolls of lesser restoration, which you can apply 1 a day with these scrolls. Or he's suggesting to apply 1 a day.
Oh, cool.
Hey, how severe is my leg wound?
Your
scale 1 to 10.
Scale of 1 to 10. I'd say it's a good 6.
Oh, above
Was it
average. We don't
something-
allow that.
Above average, yeah.
Is this something that's feasibly treatable with a single cast?
Or you would not know.
We wouldn't know.
Yeah. So I guess Arya, Cal, and Satyr could each hold 1 individually, and then we could apply 1 immediately to Cal to try and alleviate it at least a bit.
Yeah. What was the scroll? Let's all add it to our inventory before we double up.
Yeah.
You 3 different scrolls of lesser restoration.
I'm sure with the help of the scroll and what's left of my bandages, I'll be fine in a night. Maybe 2. Hopefully 1.
All right. And what was y'all's name? Can I buy this poster? I've heard you can buy things. Can I take this wanted poster?
Take it. Anything.
Yeah, no,
it
I
just
have-
don't
I have
hurt
gold.
anyone.
I have gold. Do you guys want gold for this?
What's the quality of the poster? Does it look good?
The poster itself, quality-wise, is well done, but for your artistic standards and perhaps Astrid could do better. It gets the job done. And some of you guys are misrepresented, like facial structure wrong. Zatyr's horns aren't right because they are all going off of various different hearsays of what they look like. This obviously was not created by the person who saw you all. Astrid looks enormous in this picture. Like compared to you guys, everyone else looks like incredibly small. And then Astrid has this incredibly large mouth that's like dramaticized and capable of like boring a person if necessary. It's definitely like monsters and the idea of monsters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not.
They give those
Why aren't I on this poster?
to us for at no charge.
Okay, well, I just found out that you give people money when you get stuff, so...
It's not from around here.
I do
You can use that as a
charge
souvenir, I suppose.
50 gold for the restoration scrolls, if you're willing to pay that. But
Yeah, sure. And I pull out that bag that Sawyer gave me, and pull out 151 gold from it.
Wow.
he does take
So
it,
generous.
and his body does shift. His attitude does change a little bit as you're like being, giving it to him, and you're all really not gonna hurt us?
Oh, you didn't think
Once
we came in
again-
here to steal from you, did you?
No,
Um,
I wanted to
Excuse
just pay for something at the front. They were like, "Oh yeah, we should," or we had to go through that whole charade, and that wasn't really fun for me or anybody. I don't think we were just gonna buy something, really.
Well, we got all these wanted posters and everything, so everyone's gonna be a little scared of us. We got to show we don't mean any harm. We just want to buy stuff, but it makes it hard when they misrepresent us. Look like that. Like, look at
Look at the
man's
whole
mouth.
Look at that mouth. That's not what he looks like.
What I'm gonna
Look at
roll.
him. His mouth is maybe a quarter of that size.
You gotta admit that's not what he looks like.
Doesn't even catch half of my beauty.
The man looks
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the
Alright.
poster and looks at Astrid,
And I-
and then looks at the poster, looks at Zatira, and he goes, "Well, it's not that off, right?"
Wow.
Oh,
Now you insulted us.
I'm not even that
sorry,
fat.
I was just.
Like, come on.
Your horns.
I'm messing with you. I'm.
it was
messing
only a
with ya.
joke, friend.
Well, we'll
But, more
we'll
on the
get out of
topic
here.
on, you wouldn't happen to have like any other spell scrolls potentially, and don't get too scared, more offensive ones.
and we'd be willing to buy them.
The guy looks over at the counter. Everyone makes eye now can see this individual. It's a red guard with his helmet off, currently like cowering, because he makes eye contact. He looks down at it, and then it's easy to peer over the counter now.
Oh hey.
I'm not supposed to be selling you all anything, anyways.
Circumstances given, I don't think it really matters.
I mean, if we're just gonna give him troubles, I mean, we can leave. There's other people who want money,
And it's a
That's
little,
fine.
I'm just saying, it's a little late to not be selling to us if you already sold to us.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
When
That's
this
true.
happens, the commoner who's like does it, it clicks that he did make a transaction, and he's like, huh. but
I
he
don't
doesn't
think you
freak
have
out.
any
He just
worries.
just has a moment.
I don't think you have to worry about the law coming down on you right now. And she gestures like outside.
Yeah, things
Yeah, I
are pretty
think they-
hot right now.
I think they've got more things to worry about than a single
The legal
sale.
system.
I do have
We're just looking.
smaller scrolls. If you're
Oh?
What do you have?
interested. Now I'm not a scrolls vendor. I mostly have restoration scrolls for those who you break a bone or two. And he reaches over, he kind of opens up a box, and he pulls out 2 or 3 scrolls, and he places them on the table, and he goes, these are scrolls of Firebolt, if you're familiar. Necrotic Touch.
Oh.
I don't have much more in the realm of aggression. That's not really my thing. I sell
Is this all the other ones that you have?
scrolls, yes. But if you're looking for aggressive, I do sell weapons.
Well, I think we might be set on weapons.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
Hey,
weapons.
actually, I might be slightly interested.
Huh?
What kind of weapons you got?
Well, and he reaches down below the desk, like the desk, comes out and has a massive harpoon, and just drops a harpoon onto the counter, and the harpoon itself looks jagged as it looks awful. It like the actual weapon looks fine, but the harpoon on there looks evil. It's got this terrible like black threaded cable that would wrap its way around the end, and it's got this like a obviously a harpoon hook, and then it's got 3 layers of teeth to the hook. It looks horrid.
Galaketh, when it slams on the table, you ever you know the meme where like the kid does like the wide-eyed, the mouth drop thing? Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah,
The picture of
yeah.
the kid, in like the classroom. All of his eyes does that at the same time, and he looks to his right and makes like a spear throwing motion a couple times with his right arm, and says, I don't think that one's in my weight class,
Maybe
but
more
I appreciate it.
How
of a
big is it?
master stick.
It would take.
It made a boom on the table.
It's a really
So-
heavy. It's a heavy crossbow, but the heavy crossbow that's specifically a harpoon, which would and in particular it also has a magical reeling system.
Oh,
Uh,
can I see it?
Picking it up, the weight on it is pretty hefty.
I'm a strong
But you're a
lad.
strong lad. It feels like a crossbow. Are you familiar with crossbows?
Let's see. I'm familiar with martial and simple weapons.
So yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels in weight. The weight distribution feels good. It feels a little front heavy, but that's okay because of the harpoon that kind of weighs on it. And the black cable feels like this cold metal. It's very fine. I'd say the crossbow looks in the middle class of quality, but it looks nasty. It looks jagged.
You know, do you have any paint?
I don't actually. Did you
That's
say
fine.
paint?
I think, yeah, paint. I think
Might be
Astrid.
negative.
Astrid, you have some paint, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, we might have to make this look prettier, but
It
might be cool. Might be something. Might
it
be
has a-
something cool.
few good
Go
features on it.
designer once we're done.
Unique
uh,
features.
Yes, it's known. It's mainly used to bring in shark tigers, and what it can do is, if you see there, there's a button. The design was created by my son, an up and coming artificer. But
Oh, cool.
it drags things back to you, as any harpoon should, except it does it without your need of strength.
Hmm.
That's pretty neat.
Although-
I gotta say, that's an impressive design.
If the thing's bigger than you, it has been prone to drag you to it, which is why it's not selling to the best of its ability.
I could see many situations where that would be incredibly useful.
I can also see many situations. Cal, you know, you had first dibs on it. What are you thinking? I might grab it.
I gotta say, it's not for me. I'm
Uh-huh.
more of a swordsman myself,
Yeah.
rather than anything. If there's any sort of range, I'll find a way around it.
Right.
But I'll stick with what I got.
Okay. How much for the crossbow? Thing.
You all are just normal people, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, if you couldn't tell just from looking at us.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
Well, to make a profit on it, or even the break even, my son, not counting the time, spent 400 gold on the materials, particularly what it takes to make that rune on there. 425.
425.
It would help me
And,
fund his
damage does it
endeavors
do?
in the future too.
You know, I do love a good cause. Remember, my name is Arya Sophia. If you want to, that name will go pretty far. And I'm a very good person. And if you want to tell as many people as possible about me, and I put down $430, You know, just-
Thank you.
just you know, let people know. You know, I'm a nice guy. I'm figuring this money thing out. So, you know.
Okay.
I'll give you 20
that
gold
was-
to tell as few people as possible about him.
Please don't.
I'll take your gold, by all means.
No, I need it. I'm actually pretty broke.
Yeah.
How much more
And not
left you
just
got
that.
after that, Arya?
Oh, how much do I mean, your boss gave me like
I
an
wouldn't say it
absurd
out
amount of
loud.
money. Yeah, an absurd amount. I mean, I didn't know what these were before yesterday, and now I have a ton.
Do you, how much for the necrotic touch scroll?
Well, the narcotic touch scroll, that's gonna be, let me check. He runs through a ledger real quick. He's really taking his time with the ledger. Ah, yes, that's gonna be 150 gold pieces for the necrotic touch.
You think
You
you
know-
could, handle that?
You know, I haven't had my audio on the music on this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
What were you saying, Zatira? You want me to what?
You think you can, cover that?
Magic? No. No, I hate magic.
No, I mean, monetarily. I mean, buy it.
Oh.
Well,
My brother, you are not crushed for coin.
You know, Zatira.
You don't even know the worth of it.
you don't have to be the one to use it.
Okay. You've convinced me. I can buy things for other people?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This opens up so many avenues.
You know, people call those gifts.
Gifts? I've had
Mm.
gifts.
Yeah,
We have gifts where what do you think? We're stupid? We have gifts.
yeah.
I
It's the
didn't
same
think-
concept right here.
Wow.
He's just looking between the two of you, absolutely baffled that these transactions are happening in the middle of a city siege.
I mean, we're
Yeah,
absurd
we're not
people.
Really worried about
Yeah.
We're not really worried about the manpower or anything going on right now. We're not worried about the struggle. We're not
It's-
really
it's a-
involved.
No, I'm the least involved, I think. It's 150, right?
For the scroll, yes, and 450 if you want to buy that crossbow, or 425, but you mentioned the 450.
Yes, I put down the 450.
Mm.
And then I'm putting down the 150 for the scroll.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Zatira, you've convinced me. I will be incredibly cool, and amazing, in fact, and I hope you remember me when you become a filthy spellcaster. No offense, Calcat.
Mm.
I just think it's not fair. You know.
What
I've-
isn't
I-
fair about it?
All right, you see this, and I point to my sword.
Yeah.
I use this thing, right?
Hey, you see this? And Calicath also points to his sword on his back. I also use this thing.
Yeah, you can also open your eyes and things. I'm not going to say this in front of them, okay? We're not going to get into this now.
That's what it
But I
seems to be a
learned
kind of
how
kind
to
of
do
special.
it.
That's fine if you learned how to do it. I'm just saying, I need to use a sword to do things.
Because you don't
I
want to
disagree.
sit down and learn how to do it.
I would never.
And there's your problem.
As you guys are going back and forth, like the entire party of kids that were with the teacher, their heads go left and go right, and so does the merchant left and then right and then left and then right.
You know,
like
you're
everybody
doing
in
magic
the store is
too,
like listening to this drama with intensity, and there's just like all the heads kind of whoosh, whoosh, whoosh as it goes back and forth.
You know, you're using magic too, friends. It's not, all that flashing when you swing your sword. That's
Nah.
normal people don't do that.
That's
No,
magic.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's not
That is
magic.
a learned
That's-
magic.
That's
Yeah,
all
you-
me.
when you touch
That's
people.
all
and
me.
yeah, exactly. Yes, magic. Yes.
No. It's not magic if it's cool.
Yes,
It's,
it's magic.
it's not.
Oh, my
It's-
spells aren't cool.
Yeah, that firestorm that we
No.
saw out there. That was not cool, huh?
Yeah,
That
those
wasn't mine.
aren't
Mm.
cool. Your thing doesn't even have an appearance. When I do it,
Mm.
the very stars grow
What do you
brighter.
mean my thing
That
doesn't have an
absolutely has
appearance?
an appearance.
It doesn't
I'm gonna
matter.
give it.
The appearance is you can hear it from 1,000 feet away.
And the
Yes.
appearance is the destruction that it leaves.
Yes, but mine is
just-
flashy. It's
Hell,
like
It's
like
pretty flashy what he
there's
does
a
too.
rise,
You have
there's
to
a
admit.
rising
I say it's
action
pretty
and a falling
fucking
action.
flashy.
I gotta
it's-
get it. I have some disagreements with Cal every now and then, but he's pretty flashy. I gotta give him that. I
If
give
there's
him credit
one
there.
thing I know,
Right.
it's how to be flashy.
Just
Right,
look at him.
no, I appreciate it.
now.
I appreciate it, but magic is just gross.
You're using it.
You
No, I'm not.
use
I'm
it.
Yes, you
literally not. No,
Yes, you are. You're doing
I-
it.
I could do this. This is something I
Hey,
could
brother.
do. It's
Yeah.
not.
Exactly. It's
No.
magical.
No, magic is used by little, witches
Yeah.
and
it's like
people.
you. Yeah.
No, I'm not a witch. No,
Are you
No.
calling me a witch?
I'm not calling you a witch. I'm saying
yeah.
that.
will
What
kill
you were
you.
just talking about. That's what
Mag-
you just said.
No, I'm saying.
And now I'm
It
you're
is
taking-
used by little
going
witches.
over to the vendor and ask, hey, do you happen to have any studded leather armor or something?
The
You're
vendor's
taking
face
my-
is like
my thing out of
his
context.
lips are as pursed
Take
as
that
can
as
be.
tab.
His body's recoiled. He's like afraid of the argument that's ensuing. His he's just like listening intently, trying to find some way to de-escalate it. But as it keeps getting higher and higher, he's just like, huh, 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 huh. And then Zatir,
see
you
how
go
it
in,
gets-
but in front of this argument. What were you saying?
Do you happen to have any studded
Aria,
leather
if my
armor or
leg wasn't broken, I would drop kick you.
Listen, Calicat, you're cool. You're one of the cool ones. That should be good.
Many apologies. I can't quite hear you over them.
I'm just asking for better armor if you happen
You know
to
what?
have
I'm
that.
gonna try it anyways.
I
Calicat
don't have
takes
any
several
armors.
steps
I'm sorry.
backwards, preparing to drop kick.
No, I
Don't-
would recommend
don't do
that. Don't
that.
put weight on that leg.
You just broke your leg.
You put weight on the leg.
I'll break the other one
I
too.
want you
Don't
to
do
roll
that.
a d4, Calicat, as the split gets some weight onto
Oh,
it.
Please, please don't. Please don't.
Oh God.
D4 in damage?
No,
or-
just a
No.
d4. I just want to know
Oh,
what
a
it is.
die of
Okay, cool.
bigotry.
Die of bigotry to
A
see if
die
you
of
can break
bigotry.
your
It's
It's a
fucking
die of
leg.
bigotry.
I got a 1.
One's good, one's good.
As you take a step back, the bandages almost unfurl a little bit as the crowbar begins to slip out of place, but you readjust your foot. You're fine.
I put a lot of effort into that splint. Don't break it.
Did
Does-
you?
Yeah.
Does he drop kick me?
Do you
Is
drop
that
kick
what-
him?
That was that. I do not drop kick him. I was
Okay,
walking
okay.
away to prepare a drop kick, and then I almost re-broke my leg, so I
Yeah,
stopped.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well.
Listen, it's part of the. I'll go into it later. Now's not the time.
Maybe you
So
guys
do you
aren't
happen to
normal
have any
people.
armor?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I don't have any armors.
Understood.
It's not within the store. I have clothes, but no armor that I think that you're looking for.
Well, understood.
Understood. Well, I think this has been a very successful thing. I think.
Go ahead and leave now.
Yeah, we'll leave. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You guys
Goodbye.
open the door. The
lock
bell
up there.
ching ching like peacefully opens as you guys disappear back into the thing, and they all they're just flabbergasted and bewildered that what they knew as monsters who eat people walked in, had an argument, were really nice, gave them plenty of gold, and just
really
walked
is
on their
lovely
merry
place.
way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gotta be more often, I suppose. When we're not under attack.
Yeah. We should do this more often. I feel like we have a chemistry here.
It's something. I gotta say,
Yeah.
As you guys take a step back,
it's definitely a form of chemistry.
and you
The
walk
reaction,
onto,
however, may not be the
Hmm.
best. Sorry.
you walk onto the hallway. There's a guttural sound off to the left, as it kind of like
Uh-oh.
falls its way into the. You see, it takes a few clumsy steps into the what would be the road. This creature, person, unclear. A individual takes a few steps out. One arm much larger than the other. The left one much smaller. Its body is slightly translucent as it kind of stumbles backwards and hits flat onto a wall, grabbing onto the wall, pushes itself back off, and it makes eye contact with you all. And you hear this as it yells outwards.
Huh.
Are the horses
What the
nearby?
fuck?
Are the horses
With
nearby?
The horses, they are nearby, and you hear them all kind of like Nay! I can't do nays as they freak out.
That's alright.
me
I
outta
would never
here.
let that one away.
That's awesome.
No! You see them rowdy, and they kind of rear up onto their hind legs and crash down. And as you look at them, we'll go to our break.
Break. Oh.
You
No.
motherfucker. Welcome back to the reception table. We are back from our break where we're going to pick up with our party. As you guys see, this humanoid individual take a few stumble steps out where he falls backwards onto the wall for a second. His body's translucent and so his skin's translucent. You can see some of his bones, and you can see some of his the muscles that would make his esophagus through his skin. He looks horribly like something's wrong with him. One of his arms are larger than the others, and he turns his head towards you guys and echoes outwards. What do you guys do? I would say he's about 3 blocks away. He's decently far. The horses are not very far. They're just across the street. You guys quickly maneuver. Calica's fighting you as you're dragging. It's like force dragging him along. His legs moving like awkward. It's like a hobble. Astrid's also trying to assist, but he's pushing Astrid off as well. You guys are rushing your way to the carriage. This creature bellows out a sound that's just this awful echoing howl, and begins to travel towards you guys. You guys quickly, Zatira, you make it to where the horses is. They're poorly knotted, but knotted nonetheless. Make a sleight of hand check to get those horses knotted from their post. That would be much faster, that's true. With one quick movement, it's cut. Oh, timeout. Our Discord's not giving audio. Whoa, our Discord's not giving audio. Try talking, guys.
Oh, we're talking.
Hello?
Okay, that was stupid. I don't know why that was the case. I'm so sorry. So the party, for those viewers, the party was running. They ran their way to the horses. Zatira wanted to unknot the horses, but found that it'd be quicker to cut it. Zatira slices upwards with a knife, cutting the rope loose. The horses reel back. And Calcath, what were you doing?
I gently asked one of the nearby or the closest horse not to kick at me because I'm already ruined.
The horses scream backwards in a neigh as they begin to kick off, like they're starting to move the wagon forwards as the creature begins to... It's stumbling its way towards you guys. It's not making it there very fast. Are you guys loading onto the wagon?
Yeah, the wagon's usable, right?
The wagon is usable, that's correct.
Alright.
And it's
Yeah,
already
sure.
starting to go forwards as the horses begin running.
Is it...
Come on.
Oh, shit.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Come
I
on.
guess we're doing
Come on.
this.
Ash's
Okay.
the quickest one to hop on. Calicath, Zatira, you guys are all piling on. Arya, you're the last one to grab on as you look at... Arya, I want you to roll a perception check as the creature's walking its way, stumbling towards you. Still 2 blocks away.
Perception. That is a 10.
10. It's not hard to notice that as it walked about halfway through the block, it stopped chasing you, and you see that it's like grabbing at its neck, all confused and frustrated, and just dives its front half into what would be a horse water trough as you guys barrel off into the long roads.
Oh,
That was weird.
Strange.
hey Rose,
Mm-hmm.
do they have horses where I'm from?
Yeah, I don't think you would have run into many of them, but the horses did exist, yes. Sometimes
Okay.
you would ride. Actually, you would be around horses because you would ride in a carriage with horses and slice at creatures.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. Okay, that's fair.
Hey, he knows what something is.
You guys
Hey,
travel
we
from
did it.
left to
He's
right,
got the
left to
Arya
right
bingo.
through the hall, through the roads. What are you guys doing after some way? The horses just keep going and going, and by this point, you're already going into the Seaside Marketplace district.
Do you know any
I don't-
particular direction where he, why should be? Any particular region in the sewers?
No, not really. Deep,
Onyx.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, recall history. History Rose. Did he say specifically or did he just say the sewers?
You said the sewers.
Cool. All right. That's what I thought.
Well-
No. The sewers.
Great.
You know, it's really funny because Onyx has a really good idea.
Mm.
Onyx is
Zadira
dead.
has a hunch. Zadira mentioned, do you remember that one hole that we saw in the wall when we were first in the sewers? After we dealt with that crazy water monster.
No.
I do.
Yeah, that was.
And how
in
do you expect to get
March.
back there?
Well, it's in the graveyard, so we take the same way. Just backwards.
Rose, how far away is this graveyard?
It is across.
Pretty
It is
far.
the farthest it could be.
It
It
is-
is literally
it's the farthest
across
away.
the entire city.
It's the farthest away, but it's the only thing that she knows that's like stood out in the sewers.
Isn't it in
What,
like
you don't wanna
Capital
just
Square?
hop into a
right?
manhole and
It's
just
in the
wander
graveyard.
aimlessly until we find him?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Alright, well, that hurts.
That sounds like we'd be wasting a lot of time. The sewers under here are absolutely fucking massive, as you can tell.
The shit on me.
Well, I mean, it's not like we know where their headquarters were, or can take an educated guess.
Yeah,
In the sewers.
and the sewers, but the sewers are about as big as the city is, so
Can we bring the horses down there? We might be able to clear
Don't
more.
think
I
we can
don't
fit the
think so.
horses down there.
I don't think so,
I'm
friend.
gonna be honest with you.
Damn it.
My main man. I don't think that's happening.
As you guys are
Oh.
traveling, at this point with the horses mainly leading and a little bit of guidance, you guys are now slowed down. The horses have calmed down, and you guys are actually slowly passing the dormant Iron Taker Tavern.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh,
shout out.
my
Memories.
friend died in there.
Yeah. I stole
good
all of
memories.
Astrid's money in there.
You what?
You know this.
It was kind of up in the air.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
I can't say I'm shocked, Zatira.
I
Uh,
literally said this to you
Oh,
guys
is it-
before.
Zatira,
Yeah,
you're
but I
a
thought it
thief?
was a joke.
Wow.
You're a roguish type of
explain a
person?
lot. What
Oh,
no?
Wow.
crazy. Insane.
Zatira being a thief, I mean.
Yeah.
What a shocking revelation.
Huh.
A little bit.
Anyway, do you think he might, do you think Y might locate himself deeper beneath the capital square?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Uh-uh.
have no fucking clue.
Well,
The last thing I remember is I blew up. And he said sewers. So
you know,
Well,
you think,
surely, if you were like in the common grounds, they wouldn't say just oh yeah, the northern sewers, just the sewers, right?
well, the sewers is everything below us, so you know,
Yeah.
it's like saying the city. You know, there's
Well,
many
he's-
places in the city
Yes,
how do
but
you even know how big the sewers are?
I don't know how big the sewers
because
are.
it's underneath the entire city.
Well,
I don't know that.
I will also say, as you guys are progressing, and currently riding the carriage, just taking a joyride from the empty streets, currently hiding from the siege, just kind of chatting
Yeah.
your way along.
Yeah, just thinking.
Interestingly, at this point in time, the ironclad bridge is down. It is not blocked. There's a way out of the city right here, right now.
Well,
that is interesting,
Yeah.
isn't it?
however,
Anyway,
got a business here to handle.
yeah,
I just wanted to mention it because you guys are in the area.
that's
Right.
fair.
Keep
That's
that
fair.
in mind
Keep that in mind.
once we're done here.
Hey, DM, Arya would know at like a single hint, would he? Like a single
No, not a single clue. Arya showed up like way past any of that kind of information, so it is up to Kalikath and Zatira.
Let's
All right.
see.
Good luck, you two. I'll be eating some ice cream.
The only other possible lead that Stira has is Onyx's map where he marked the other gold masks.
Oh, that's good.
Try and discern something from that.
That could be something, yeah.
There was a gold mask in the common grounds that was Lady Nadine, I believe. There was one up in distant Galahad, I think. One, I think, up in Seaside Marketplace. And then another either Capital Square or Seaside District. If we pull out his thing, I think he has them each marked.
Capital Square,
No.
In
What would
Capital
make
Square.
because they are marked.
Yeah, okay.
Well-
So he has one gold mask in each of these 4 quadrants, not one in Seaside District or the Red Square.
what would make the most sense to me? And now, hear me out. This
Right.
might be a little bit fairy tale-ish,
Right?
but the Capitol Square sounds like the perfect place for a big baddie to be hiding under.
Right. Shortest distance for his influence and whatnot.
Just yeah. Anyway, if we're gonna check a place, that's where I would start.
Alright.
I'd have my evil base in a Capitol Square.
Right. We may try and comb through there first, and if we turn up nothing, maybe we'll try beneath the Red Square, beneath the underbelly, as if like he's the center point between all these 4.
You know, that's a fair one. That's a fair one.
Hey,
Hmm.
Rose, I got a question.
Yes.
This might absolutely mean nothing, and I'm sure it does. But do you remember when we were heading somewhere? I don't remember where we were heading to at the time, and we saw an absolute massacre.
Mm.
And there was something near the river. It was like
Yeah.
something was crumbling near the river, or where was that?
That was near the Ironclad Bridge, and you guys can make a detour. You guys are already in the area to take a look at that spot.
So, fellas,
Right?
I would like to check out an area if you guys would be so inclined. I spotted it a long time ago, before I think even Arya was with us.
Whoa.
Near the bridge, which we just passed, I think is right there.
That's right.
Everyone okay with that? Everyone okay with a small, possibly good detour?
What makes you think that that place is worth checking out?
You know,
I
instincts.
don't. Okay. Well, not like we have much better leads other than a
I
hunch.
mean, we're already in the area, so it's
Right.
better to check it out while we're here rather than go all the way across town and
Right.
still maybe be wrong.
Have to try this.
Yeah, we don't have any other better leads. No, we don't. Better leads.
We do.
Beyond
What I mean.
hunches.
Onyx. Poor Onyx.
You,
Yeah.
you turn the card around,
Yeah.
Zatira, because I take it Zatira's at the reins.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Zatira, what do you
Alright.
do?
We'll have to start our search around here, I suppose. Zatira will stop at a manhole that she can visibly see already here.
Hmm.
And if there's any of the rope left that's not cut, she'll look for a place for to hitch the horses there.
So you're going to try to look for it in the sewers? Is that what I understand?
Huh?
I think leave our horses here, and then I think we're gonna try and look through the sewers in this region.
Hmm.
Right?
Well, I wanted to check out a particular area near that massacre.
All right, we can do that.
Do that
I
first.
thought you were
Just-
referring to like sift through the sewers of this location first.
We can do that afterwards.
All right.
Okay.
Satira will instead turn the carriage around back to the bridge and stop at the location that Cal points out.
You ride your way up to the bridge, to the front of it, where that seeming massacre occurred. You look around, and down one of the hallways, it is an evident there are guardrails and makeshift barriers to this large, what would be, it looked like a hole in the ground, like something erupted from there. Taking in what you guys saw previously and what you guys see now, it is evident that something might have exploded out of the ground and caused that said massacre, where they were piling up. The people were arguing and yelling at those who were guarding the bridge and holding in everybody in. And you can see that there is a large amount of rubble and rock landing on the ground, and what looks to be a seemingly like would be like a molehill of sorts that currently like unburrowed itself from here. It was hard to see from the directions you came from, and when you were passing by it, you were again passing just kind of through the roads, but this would require you to get right up to the bridge and then look to the left down another road that's not commonly traversed. But during the time where the protests were existing and they were wanting to open up the trade routes, seemingly something or someone or an explosion happened here. But you have to get closer to get better investigation of it.
Good thing we have an explosive specialist. Ari doesn't say that. James is thinking that.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well.
Wow.
Let's get investigating. If this doesn't work
Alright.
out, then we've got
We
some
never
other
did
ideas.
find out what exactly caused this, did we?
No, but I was incredibly interested in it. We just simply did not have the time.
Right.
Still don't, but we're here, so
Might as well.
that's right.
Yeah, I suppose we're gonna try and take a better look, like in this mound, and see if there's still a sign that something came out of it. I guess.
You guys all pull up to it. I want you all to roll, or those who are looking, roll an investigation check.
Yes.
1, 2, 3,
Oh
not
my
it.
goodness! Total of 28.
Oh my fucking
Wow.
lord!
28.
What is your fucking
28.
investigate? What?
Yo.
How?
Wow.
My investigation's +9.
Oh my
Shit,
Oh
that's
god.
Jesus.
Christ!
Yeah.
Wow.
Zatira. You're looking through. You find a number of things. You find torn clothes that were left behind and poorly cleaned up. Fabrics at this point, just like little bits and pieces. Some of it's been washed away. And you find chipped off pieces of iron. It seems that a fight broke out here. It's easy to tell by the iron bits that some people with weapons fought against something larger than themselves. The hole itself gives evident signs of almost animal-based burrowing, and as you look through it, you find blood that kind of like smears the ground. This blood, different than all the red blood from the humanoids, this blood, a darkish, bluish gray blood. With that high of an investigation, as you kind of like dip your fingers in it and smell it, smells a little rotted. Smells like something's wrong about it. Maybe not rot, but it's a sweet sickness.
Sweet sick.
And as you look
Does it-
down,
It's like fresh enough that it like happened today.
this is decently old actually, because like that was that was almost a week ago now. But with your investigation, you're really getting in the nits and grits and the cracks of the ground. You find the obvious footprint of it looks like a creature. What creature is hard to determine, but nonetheless a large creature currently pressed deep into the concrete in the stonework that lifted upwards. Take a survival check to try to discern what creature. And as you look down the long, long tunnel, you can see this spurring of water that kind of about 3 or 4 feet deep kind of runs its way through. Like you can't see much deeper into the hole because there's just water, never-ending water spout kind of appears. It seems that whatever happened here didn't quite properly get repaired yet, even though it's been so long. And it currently blinds you from being able to see any farther down what seems to be the end of a tunnel or burrow.
Just seen water down there.
Tunnel?
We have to start swimming in it.
Swimming in it?
Okay, so here's the thing about that.
Right?
No,
Right.
number
yeah.
one,
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I've got a broken leg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Mhm.
I've got possibly a better option.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Better
Number
option.
4,
Mhm.
He's still going.
no, there's no number 4.
Oh,
Back
well,
to number 3,
I feel like a
Mhm.
fool.
the better option.
Okay.
Right.
You were here, Zadira. You
Right.
remember when I blew up that church?
Mm-hmm.
Not the recent one, the other one.
Wait, how many churches? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
No, you weren't.
I think
You were
so.
there. You
Yeah.
weren't there. Were
I
you?
was
Yeah,
there.
you were.
I was there. Yeah.
You weren't there the first time. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Way back then,
Hmm.
when we were supposed to find that little bugbear dude, and we were gonna take him back, and then he blew up, and I brought his head back. They dumped him into a pit in the ground.
Right. After doing the little ritual. Yeah.
The area where they all worshipped Y.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that pit leads to the sewers?
Perhaps.
It looked pretty
Place to dump a
funky.
body.
Yeah, but it's gotta
Super
be.
funky.
It's gotta mean something. I mean, if they're sacrificing them to Y by tossing them in a pit, it's not just gonna be an empty pit for sure, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are weird holes leading to all sorts of weird places in this fucking town. Like in the fucking cells, there was the secret escape route from the prison in the Koi Manor that just led us straight to that one monster.
I wholeheartedly agree.
How many holes to the underground are there here?
A lot. There's a sewer beneath us.
A lot. There's a sewer beneath us.
I suppose. It seems as though everything bad is coming from underground.
Well,
Huh,
right
it's
now
funny
we
how
got a
that
really
worked
bad
out.
thing from the sea.
Oh, that's true.
That is true.
Hmm.
So
Right.
I want to avoid swimming in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Can we
Although
poke it
people
first?
Wanted to check it out while we were here.
Yeah, well,
My interest is no longer piqued.
we can
Mm.
check it out first, you know.
How far away is the hole in the ground, Rose?
I'd say you guys
Like
are
how
standing
deep is it?
above it.
The other one.
Oh, you mean the Bugbear Church?
Yeah, the one at the Bugbear's
Oh,
church.
That
like
yeah,
is
no.
across- that's
all the way.
across-
That's
all the
even
way across
past the graveyard.
That's past
That
the
is
graveyard.
deep south. That's like a
Yeah,
that's
day's
the
furthest.
trek now.
Mhm.
Thought so.
Maybe not a day,
Yeah.
but
But
like
we have
a 7
we
hour
have
trek.
horses now.
We do
True.
have horses.
That will speed it up a lot.
Yeah.
Instead of 8 hours, it'll be 6 hours.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you know, since we're here in this hole,
And I
this
should-
tunnel, I'm gonna touch this water.
Yeah, I should clarify.
Gross.
The water is about 4 or 5 feet down, and it's a
Mhm.
spray. It's not like there's a pool of water
Oh.
or any kind.
Oh.
It's like it's spraying
Oh.
out like a broken pipe that never got fixed.
Oh, I was under the impression
okay,
it was
yeah,
like a
same.
river of water.
I realized
Yeah,
that
it
as
was,
you were
like,
describing
flooded.
it. Flooded,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Oh, so
there is
it's a tunnel.
It's a tunnel, and you just can't see
Right.
any farther because of the spray of water.
Okay.
Oh, that's
How big
Wait.
is the hole?
The hole is about 3.5 feet. Maybe a bit bigger. No, it'd be bigger. It'd be bigger. Hull's about like 5.5 feet. It's hard for me to get the gauge in my brain right, but it's quite large.
Yeah.
And there are evident footprints if someone wants to try to look into those.
Now, real quick, hear me out, fellas.
Right.
And I reach behind my back, which I'm sure everyone's forgotten about at this point.
Uh-huh.
And I pull out the shield that I picked up forever ago
Yeah.
that I never had the chance to attune to.
Yeah.
And
What does
I
that
say,
thing do again?
What?
oh, something.
When did you get that?
It's about to have its first use here. And, and I hold on very tight to the shield. And I stick it down the hole in an attempt to block the spray of water so
You know,
we can see further.
Before you do that, I just want
Yeah,
to
what's
say
up?
it's a joy to watch this stream while we're playing, because seeing Sylph's eyes bulge at certain things is beautiful.
It does.
And, like-
The shield does something with magic. I think it reflects it, maybe.
We're bad, aren't we? Aren't we, Rose?
Man, it's almost like we should really have noted that down. What the fuck that thing does?
Man, it's almost like we have notes somewhere.
Yeah, it's almost like we'd write it down.
It's
Yeah,
almost
but I
like we ran
can't
things
look
down.
at them because they're in my backpack, and currently my hands are full of shield.
You know in Legend
Oh,
of Zelda.
yeah.
yeah,
Of course, yeah.
You know in Legend of
of course.
Zelda when the little lightning sparks happen and you just feel very conductive? Calicat,
Yeah.
at the moment you just feel very conductive.
Oh, no.
Define conductive.
As you go
Oh,
down,
no.
you do block the water fine. And you can see that a wet, deep, dark tunnel burrows its way deep within the city.
Is it a straight drop?
It's not a straight drop, it's an incline.
I'd like to take another look at those footprints.
All right, guys. I have come to a conclusion as I
Right.
pull the shield back up and place it back on my back expertly because I know how to use a shield. And I say, I've come to a number of things. Number
Right.
one, this is a tunnel.
Right? Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Right?
Number two,
Right?
it is wet. I can confirm.
Yeah.
I want to see this. I want to see
I
what,
felt
what's on
rather
the stream.
conductive when I touched it.
It's collapsing.
I
collapsed.
assume due to being covered in water.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Number three,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
it goes hella far. I
Yeah.
think.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure because it is a dark tunnel and I could not see the other side, presumably due to a incline, and I am standing directly above it.
Well,
Wow.
you know, that's all I need to know. Does
Wow,
anyone else
we
need to know
could-
anything? Because I'm about to go down. I think
I'd
that's
like
all
to
I need
take-
to know.
I'd like to take another survival check at the footprints to see if if it does line up with that creature that we saw earlier.
Or
Like,
maybe
see
a
if it-
crocodile.
it's something- Yeah, or that. Yeah.
I'd like to smell
I
my
think it's
shield.
before that.
It
Is
could be
it
a
sewer
crocodile.
water?
It could be a crocodile.
Modify 20 for the survival on those footprints.
Bro, your rolls are insane! Holy shit.
Dude,
I just gotta
is anyone else
recover.
getting lightheaded?
Huh?
I feel like I
Don't
was
know what I've
slapped like
done.
4 times.
Is it Tira? You got
Yeah.
a natural 20 on the or you got a dirty
Modified.
20
Yeah.
on the
Survival
excuse me.
to
I'm just
identify
I'm just
the footprints, yeah.
recoiling on the survival.
On survival. Yeah.
They do in fact
Yes.
resemble very large crocodilian tracks.
Yeah, I figured. That makes sense.
So, perhaps that's where the thing originally came from the sewers in that night. But
Strange. Where have we seen a crocodile?
oh wow, crazy! Wow.
What's a crocodile?
It was the thing that we killed when we first met.
I would
Oh,
say
no,
that
that
this
was
is
salamander.
What?
Yeah, it was the thing that we. No, that the salamanders are different. They're a little bit more red.
No.
Yeah.
the
When who
Calico.
first met?
When he first met Dario, we fought the giant fucking crocodile. I guess it
No,
came
it
from
didn't.
here.
I was drinking.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, that's true. You weren't even there.
You weren't there. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
weren't.
weren't
Oh.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I fought a giant salamander.
Either way, something
Huh.
made the thing burrow its way out, which is pretty suspicious. I suspected it was the heavy rain flooding the sewer is where the thing was originally inhabiting, but that's an assumption.
Yeah, that's a good. Let's go in. Let's find. I think we found everything we could find
Right?
on the surface. I think if we want to go into the sewers, God just opened up a way. You know, we
Yep.
wanted to go into the sewers. Now there's a way to get into the sewers.
Right.
I think
See
you're
where
right.
this burrow leads us.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go. Yeah, go.
Go ahead. Huh?
Yeah, go.
Roll a perception check.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
You see giant fucking eggs at the
Hey,
bottom of
20, 22.
You see 22 giant
As you-
white teeth.
Oh no.
As you're
Oh.
chatting with your party, and you know you were smelling the shield, as you said. It smells like the creator of it put a lot of hard work and time and effort and attempts into creating a really neat and powerful enchantment capable of doing something unseen by other creators of certain meticulous dwarven like magics and enchantments. It's a very unique shield, very special. It smells fine with oils that have been well kept until you seem to have gotten it where it seems to obviously have been kept a little less so, and the oils seem to be running off a little bit. There's a little bit of rust appearing on the top, but it smells really shield-like.
Very earthy.
Oh, that's good.
You know, this thing's cooler than I first remembered it.
Yeah, now you're gonna get mud all over it.
I'll get it cleaned
I
up at
think-
some point.
I think so. Just had a stroke.
I never noticed such fine details in the work of the shield. I've never had time to really sit down and take a look at it.
Well,
You know, with
well,
everything
know,
that's been happening in the last week.
We
Well,
can
you know,
admire it
shields are-
later. We have a job to do.
yeah, you know, shields are pretty lame.
You're right. I'll
can't
just
think of
admire it
anyone.
later. That's what
Yeah.
I said when I first picked it up, anyways. And I place it back on my back.
Just just in case we encounter the Y or whatever minions, you maybe summon, you may want to hold on to that thing just in case.
Yeah.
Whatever its
Oh yeah.
effect will be, I imagine it will only help us.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
haven't been
super
able
useful.
to attune to it yet.
Well, a shield is a shield.
don't
even if
think.
it's-
Rose, have I attuned to the shield yet?
No, you have not.
A shield is a shield, you know.
No.
Oh, but
you have
the-
not attuned to the shield.
Well, the issue here is I don't know how to use a shield properly. I kind of just
That's
hold
fair.
it out
That's
and
fair.
hope that it works
Yeah.
against something. I'm more
Yeah,
of
you know,
a
I'm not privy to
one-handed
using it
blade
myself.
kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you know.
But I
I'm not
like the way
privy
it
to
looks on my
those.
back.
yeah, like a turtle.
We use it to slide down the mud while we're on the way down this tunnel.
I'd be
Yeah,
mad
yeah, that makes
disrespectful
sense.
To it.
Yeah.
Someone clearly put a lot of hard work into this. I
Well,
don't wanna
that
taint it.
it, you know, you're absolutely right. It would be disrespectful. You should give it a name. You know, I have a name for my sword. I can.
Maybe later.
Well, a shield is like a sword.
No, it's the opposite actually.
I'm
No,
grabbing a
it's not the opposite.
infantry.
Rolling it down.
It's-
Hey guys, we should go down the tunnel.
I guess
We're
let's go down the
wasting our-
tunnel. We're just we're just wasting our time.
Let's go down the tunnel. Satira
Yeah.
will try and scout
Secret tunnel.
All right.
ahead down the tunnel.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
I
oh,
can't quite.
I can't quite tell.
Read that.
oh! That's a
on the
4.
die.
That's a 4, I think.
As you begin
Well-
traveling down the tunnel, it isn't too long before you guys
Oh no, it's a 1.
make your
oh
way
yeah, that's
through.
1. That's 1. Yeah.
You block the water and you travel your way down. The it's slippery, it's muddy. This water's been piling up for some ways. And you guys see that there was an attempted patchwork that was created by the guard at some point that has obviously flooded its way down. It's now lodged in the mud. It looks like a piece of like wooden pipe, or not wooden pipe, sorry, wooden board that was poorly placed onto the obvious like stonework that wasn't going to work. But you guys travel some ways and it gets darker and darker and darker. Traveling your way downwards, you do eventually reach, after about, I would say it was maybe like 6 or 7 minutes of climbing, where the tunnel itself is now getting full of water.
How high does it get?
Does it smell bad?
As far as you
No.
guys can tell when you walk up, because the water's been running its way down, to you it is just a pool of water. You don't know how deep it would go. You guys are in a earthy tunnel that was dug out by some creature beforehand, and as you look at there's this murky water in the darkness.
guys.
Is there still the stonework that we could like see the sewers that give us some more sense of direction, like left and right, or?
In
It's
this
just open.
location, there is no stonework whatsoever because you are walking through a dug-out tunnel created by some
Oh, okay.
creature.
Hmm.
The stonework is where the water's coming out, where there's an obvious entrance to what would be the sewer system, but the tunnel seems to have come from deeper within, broken through the sewer system, and then broke through the surface. And at this point, it is just this watery, murky abyss. If it goes farther, you do not know.
Where is that? Where is this heading?
As far as
Where's
you
the
guys know,
tunnel heading?
down. Just you've been
Just-
going down.
Up, north, south, east, west.
Down.
We might
It's
have.
a little hard to tell considering we're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to tell you.
Yeah.
I can have you
I would
roll
like to
survival.
ask-
I could have you roll survival, and it can give you a little bit of a general idea of maybe.
Yeah.
But it's a
I'll-
difficult DC.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's a better
mean-
choice than what I was gonna do.
Yeah, I've got a -1 on survival, so I'm feeling pretty 8.
It's down.
Did 8 make it?
I'm afraid in terms of like direction, it's hard to determine because it's not. As you dig in, it kind of turns a little bit and spirals. The original tunnel is obvious because you know you're on the surface world. You know where it was. The original tunnel seems like it goes south, but it's evident that this was not just somebody dug straight a direct diagonal line. It wasn't something. It wasn't that the creature Minecraft got stuck underneath the ground and needed to get out. It was evident that it was like
Yeah.
doing its burrowing.
Yeah.
I would like to cast light on the shield on my back.
With that, the hallway does light up and you guys can see the wet, muddy surfaces that you guys are on, the incline that you guys have been going down, pretty steep incline, and that murky water is not clear. It is
180
dirty.
degrees so that he can shine what's in front of us and not behind us.
Yeah. That would be funny.
I'll take the shield
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
and I'll strap it onto my front. Like how a kid would pop his backpack onto his chest.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do that.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
While it's
that's
glowing, and I
fair.
say, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what's in this water."
Okay.
Excuse me, Zatira. Let me just shuffle on by here.
You
Right,
kind of squeeze your way through. The water is dirty. It's a dark brown color, and it's hard to see much farther because of all the sediment.
I would like to
Is it like
try and smell the water.
Roll a perception check.
Thank you.
how wide and like open
Ah,
is this
oh.
spot that we're in now? Oh my god.
23.
It smells very
That looks like
earthy,
a 2 on my screen.
very dirty. It smells like the water that runs through the sewers, but it does not smell like the wastewater.
All right. I know I've been less than helpful lately.
Right?
No,
Oh,
you haven't been.
this is it running water or is it just like stagnant water?
Still water.
The water, the way the water works is, like you guys are deep within it. That spray continued after you blocked. That was just to get past it. It's evident that the water from the spray runs down this long slope and runs here. And however long that's been going on and however deep this has gotten because of that is unknown. But it's evident that the water comes from this root from the surface, from that break in the line, and it's been pooling here. What's beyond that water is the unknown part.
How wide and open is this spot where the water is sitting?
I would say it's about a 4.5 foot pool. The tunnels you guys are in are pretty wide as that alligator was. So
now it's like what we assumed the opening of the tunnel was. Now, like right here, it's actually still water blocking.
Right, it's like the tunnel continued as normal, but the water has ran down and pooled.
So there is a stopping point down there for the water to allow the water to pool.
Well, I'm not.
So it's either curving down there, or it's
A dead end?
hard stop, a dead end. Yeah.
Or goes deeper.
Well, that filled the place up.
I mean, it could be a lot of water.
Either
It
way,
could be a lot of
dead
water.
end.
Yeah, I'm not going down there.
Yeah, I'm not going down there either.
Yep.
I have bad experience with water. Hey, fuck this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hmm.
hey, DM. Does Astrid want to go into the water?
I think you guys are playing Astrid. That's up to you.
Does he have any sneaky monk
That would be for
intuition?
That'd be
You
for
can roll a
the
nature
player
check.
Piloting.
Uh,
Hold on, guys.
you-
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm also
Uh-huh.
rolling the nature
Give me
thing.
just a moment.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna roll
Do you
the
have
nature thing
infrared
anyway.
gold in your inventory? You're gonna poke the bottom to see how deep it goes.
Alright.
I'm nothing. I'm checking my sources from the other side. Hey,
Astrid rolled it.
if you were Astrid right now, and you were in a very dark, deep tunnel, and the bottom of it was filling with water,
Uh huh.
not rapidly, it was a pool of water, but you had to get down underground somehow. Would you take the risk of traversing that dark, deep water, or would you leave and try somewhere else?
Wow, it's almost like he's right here with us. He is right here with us.
He is. Yeah.
Swimming. It's a pool of water. You'd have to swim through it, but there's also a chance that it comes to a hard stopping point.
Okay, will I have time to figure that out and then come back up?
We have no idea.
Yeah, probably.
For 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes.
Yeah, he could.
We
hold
have
his
no
breath.
idea how deep it is.
Not me, actually. Do it.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
Astrid.
Thank you, Astrid.
Astrid
Catch you later.
goes for it.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Astrid confidently tells us, you know, guys, I can actually hold my breath for 4 minutes. I think if
that's
anyone
very
has a better chance of getting down here, I think it's me. Plus, not to mention, I am the fastest moving of the group, as has been described due to our previous water adventures. I don't know if you recall fighting that underwater monster where I was almost killed, but I swam across that bitch pretty quick. Everyone step aside, and Astrid crawls on all fours because he's too small, or he's too big for the tunnels, and he gets ready to dive forward into the water. And he says, Gallica, I know you can do that message thing. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Keep using it on me, just in case something happens. I'll let you know what I see. I'll keep you as up to date as I can in real time. And Calicath says, you're a real brave one for this, Astrid. I already respected you quite a bit, but my respect for you is just shot through the roof, especially considering what we've gone through previously in our water adventures.
Hmm.
And he goes, thank you. That means a lot to me. I like you a lot too, Calicath. Not in any special way. Very, very platonic. All right, guys. And he claps his hands together and gives them a big rub, and he says, let's do this. It's Astrid time. And he dives forward into the water.
Wait a minute. Tira says, my duck. Seriously? How would you be able to see?
Kelly, Astrid did not think this far ahead.
Oh my god.
I don't think he has dark vision, nor do I think the water is
Oh
clear
no!
enough.
Wait.
Look,
Nor do I think the
look at
water
his
is clear
character
enough for him to
sheet,
see
please.
through.
Hurry.
Yeah, wait.
What did
Hold
you
on, I'm-
say? Did you say it's Astrid time?
Astrid in time.
Hold on, I'm clipping that.
Oh my god. Oh, my head's lightheaded. I got DM for this. Oh my god. Whew. Excuse me.
Okay. If you can, please send Justin that clip. He is incredibly curious as to what's going on.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
Astrid. Okay. Whew. Astrid. Astrid, you know, he ducks his way through. He pushes his Tira's shoulder over to the side with a stoic face and goes, if anyone's gonna do this, it's gonna be me. It's Astrid in time.
Oh, what a hero.
And just leaps. You see like a gazelle diving into the water, like the most magnificent dive a man could do. And he disappears into this water. I want you to roll an athletics check.
James, I need you to roll that check for me, baby.
Yeah. Wait, what is it? I'm sorry.
Athletics.
Athletic.
Athletics. Alright.
I sure hope he can see in down there.
7,
He'll
8,
be fine.
9, 10,
I trust him.
11.
Okay.
Oh God.
11. As he's
Yeah,
digging
11.
down and swimming and swimming and swimming, I want you to roll a perception check as he's going. He's holding his breath. He has a
Here.
long time going for him as he's digging down. You guys
True.
standing on the top, it's been 20 seconds before this whole Goliath has been gone. Silence kind of takes the thing. And then Calicat, that kind of triggers, you're like, oh, I had the glowing shield. Maybe I should,
Well, I
He-
cast message on him in his direction.
What was his roll for perception?
Oh,
His
yeah, do
roll
that
for
first.
perception was 23.
23.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
That's not
swimming
bad.
through, and his eyes are he tries to open it up. It's completely pitch black. He cannot sense it, but he's using his sense of feeling at this point. He's actually less swimming and more crawling, using the ground as a thing. And he does catch that there is that there is like this almost fork of sorts in the water. You can go left or right.
This fork in the water?
Fork
That
in
can
the
go
yeah.
either.
Left or
left
right.
Not
or
like a literal
right?
fork.
Yeah. No, probably not an actual.
Astrid will
Here.
quickly attempt to feel the walls real quick of the fork and
Oh.
see if there's any changes in demeanor.
Before that happens,
Before that happens, though.
he did get a new ability. In this deep and dark place, he realizes that he doesn't super need his eyes. And he uses Vestige of the Astral Self, which allows him to see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, up to 120 feet.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow.
His eyes stay closed, but over his eyes, these astral blue lights appear. He focuses his key, and he's holding his breath. Off to the right, it's an evident 20, maybe a 10 feet farther away, dead end. Looks like a cave-in from the path, and the left is unknown.
Okay, he's gonna start heading towards the left. He also gets a few
Indeed,
other
He does.
fun things, but those don't apply unless he does insight or intimidation, or he speaks.
As he's keeping his eyes closed, his mouth shut, he's been swimming. By now, it's hit the minute marker. He's not pressed, but he knows that he's been going for some ways. and that the ground itself is slowly becoming a curve that's leveling out, but not fully. It's still on the curve as he goes deeper and deeper into the abyss. Would you like to proceed?
Yes. I
Yes.
think it makes sense for him to proceed until he's about halfway through with his oxygen and then assess the situation.
Proceeds for a bit farther. And roll a perception check.
Perception with his super nice sight as well. He rolled 17 plus 5, which is 22, yeah.
The key focusing over himself, his eyes closed, but these astral eyes of light over them, they thin and act as and look as though they were cat eyes of sorts. And they look around and scan the room. He does see these creatures of sorts kind of swim by him. They're very, very thin and small, almost like little leeches, though they pay him no mind as they pass over his shoulders, and he can feel them kind of pass over his stomach. But they don't seem to attack as they progress their way forwards, almost as though he was never even there.
Oh. Well, that's good. Anything else in the area as he continues on?
As he continues forwards, the ground is now leveled out fully, becoming a fully flat surface. He's not fully made it to halfway of his breath, though.
Does this now flat surface allow him to move faster? Because we know he is a very fast boy.
That's true.
Unfortunately,
That's
no,
true.
because this is swimming speed.
Well, swimming speed is half of walking speed.
Right, but being flat versus going down makes no difference when you're completely submersed.
Gotcha.
Perfectly fair. Fair.
Does he proceed?
Yes, he proceeds. Yes.
He's proceeding
Although, we
onto
must
what would
think
be
for
a
a
flat.
moment. Astrid will surely think as he is swimming, this is a very far distance. What good would it do if I managed to make it all the way out here? As he continues swimming, of course. Will my friends even be able to make it this far? Strange.
true.
An important thing
Things
to
to
know.
ponder later.
And oh boy, I wish that one guy, what was his name? Cal, would send that signal out that he was thinking about sending every now and then.
And as he kicks his feet forwards, thinking about this, swimming,
I was sending it, by the way.
he
I figured.
notices he's made it about halfway, just a little bit past halfway of his breath. It's hard to determine, but there seems to be a little bit of a rise up ahead, a few feet away. It looks like it starts to go from a tunnel downwards to a tunnel upwards, perhaps indicating that there may be pockets of air ahead.
With this, is this, has he hit his halfway point yet?
This is halfway point right now, where he can see forwards. It's evident that the ground begins to go upwards, as though he had hit this bottleneck, and if he goes up enough, perhaps there can be air there.
Do his eyes see anything special? Can I roll perception?
Yes, you may.
Natural 20 plus 5, 25.
That's an amazing
Good
roll. But at this moment, he can he knows for certainty that the path does go upwards. But because of the nature of what he can see in the tunnel, he does not know how far upwards.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea how far underground we were? Just like Callahan and them.
I'd say, I mean, I'm going to say very deep. I don't know the exact footage.
Yeah. Very deep.
Astrid,
I'd say about like a quarter mile deep.
Oh, wow.
Astrid, knowing that he just hit the halfway point, he thinks to himself, "This is no good. Even if I make it, my friends won't. They don't have this breath capacity." And he turns around to return from whence he came, truly
probably
believing
wise.
that the risk was not worth the slim possibility of a reward.
He turns around and begins to swim his way back. I want you to roll an athletics check.
Athletics check, of course.
Come on, James, don't fuck
Eight.
this up.
18 plus 4.
18
So
plus 4.
22.
Very good. Makes it with good progress heading his way back. As I roll a diabdicatry.
Oh no.
But we subtract the diabdicatry, right?
Mhm.
With the
Because you did it
22.
There's no modifiers to a diabdicatry.
Yeah, but we actually subtract
But what if we
1 by the
say-
diabdicatry.
We say so.
So there's no way it gets a
Making
4.
his way back. Swimming his way.
Oh.
It's a dark tunnel. His eyes give him light. But nonetheless, it feels like it takes an eternity. At least for those Kalakath and those of you on the surface. It goes quiet. Now reaching the 3-minute mark. You've tried to send messages out, but maybe the direction, maybe the lack of ability to, because a DM was interrupting you, maybe something along those
Yeah,
lines. You weren't able to get
Yeah.
contact with Astrid before at
Kalakath
the 4th
tries.
minute.
Oh,
He bubbles up,
Jesus.
appearing out of the water.
you were down there for
Jesus.
a while, man. What all did you see?
Well, let me tell you. Oh, and Astrid pulls himself up out of that tunnel, soaking wet, and he says, "Not shit. I saw
Great.
fuck all down there. It's
Yeah.
dark. It took everything I had just to get there, and then there was still more to go. Man, if I think that, oh, funny juice. I think that if I hadn't turned around, I might have been done for. I thought there was an air pocket up ahead, but you guys wouldn't even make it that far, I don't think. No offense, guys. I mean, everyone's here got their own special set of skills, but
Right.
I just don't think it would be. I don't think it would be worth the risk.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe we should try and find another way. What do you think, cowpokes?
I mean, if you say so, Astrid, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of figured.
Unfortunately,
Alright.
this was a dead end, guys. But that doesn't mean there's not other places we can check. What's most important is we stay positive about the situation. Come on,
True.
let's get out of this tunnel.
Yeah. You know, when you said it's Astrid in time, that really filled me with hope. You know, I think
I'm
that was
glad,
really,
man.
really important.
Inspired.
Really important to me.
I'm really thinking about coining that as my new catchphrase.
You know, I think that would be great. I think, you know, honestly, if we ever wanted to make like a group name, that might be the first thing on the chopping block.
Whoa. Let's not go that far, Arya, my best friend. Let's think about this. Let's think about this on our way back up to the surface. Let's give it some time. Maybe I'll lull over it in my mind once I'm back in my own mind. You know what I mean? Things have been a little rough lately.
Oh yeah,
We
I
should
get that.
be considering
And we
our
start-
next place to look.
And we start crawling back up to the surface.
It's not too long. You guys appear on the surface. By this point, it's become nighttime. Because you guys have been traveling for some time. We went through the afternoon while you guys were in the capital district. Excuse me, while you guys were in the seaside marketplace. And during this endeavor, this took a few hours, to be honest, going down a quarter mile down deep. And the low roofs definitely slowed your progress. By this point, it's become the early night. And that those words written in fire still sit within the sky. Return the vine, more will follow.
You know, it doesn't say return the vine or more follow. It
I think
just
they were
kind of
just
seems.
I think it was just limited on words. That's probably what they were implying.
Well, you know, it just seems like a waste to like have all that firepower and not be able to write or, you know. It just
Well,
seems
you know, that's some magic is just very limited. You know, sometimes they give you a character limit.
character limit.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Right. Yeah. They are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, where are we looking next?
We could pass by, because you know
You
we
were
all
saying
had,
something. You go
Yeah.
first.
we had my area, but before that was the graveyard,
Right.
I think it would be best if we head in that direction and check things as we go by.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Everyone think that's an okay plan?
Yeah. I got nowhere to be.
Fuck it.
Right.
We
I mean,
ball.
did Y give you a time limit on when to show up exactly?
Yeah, can you like
Hey,
call it why? Is that something you do?
I don't know if maybe it's these bells that keep just ringing in my ears, but I feel like I've said about 3 times now, the only thing that I was told was that he was in the sewers. And then I exploded.
Wow.
Just couldn't have waited one more second, huh? So we get a little bit more.
God, he sounded pretty fucking finished with his sentence, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
At least
You know,
I
it
gave him
sound-
that courtesy.
It sounds crazy that you said he was in the sewer and we just checked the hole. I feel like we should know the difference between those two.
We were in the sewers earlier and we didn't immediately find him.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Numerous points in the sewers.
Alright.
A lot more.
There are a lot more holes to check.
A lot more sewers to check.
Like,
You guys load up onto your stolen carriage, or stolen horses and cart. Repurposed. Commandeer.
repurpose.
Where are you guys going?
I think we were thinking that point at the graveyard, that sewer entryway that we encountered at the graveyard, and try and find that one hole in the wall that we ignored last time.
Mm-hmm. You guys begin traveling your way through them?
Yeah. Try and pick up the pace a little bit this time with the horses. Totally across town.
Did you guys
And,
progress?
I think.
Sorry?
Circuit was saying let's do this quick enough before they decide to bombard the rest of the city. Don't want to
Okay.
get caught in that.
Yeah, we don't know when they'll be back. Let's go. I guess. In the direction.
Down to distant Galahad.
As you
So
guys
distant
progress through the
Galahad.
city, you do see a number of citizens running about, getting back to their homes, or running through to get to loved ones, or running to get a store, or even some of those running to get booze. There's occasional people, but it's very, very light compared to what you're used to in all the Crossroads, whether it be day or night. Except for the Capitol Square, which is particularly quiet at night. You guys progress through the Seaside Marketplace, into the Common Grounds. And as you guys are progressing, up ahead, blocking your path into the distant Galahad from this way, seems to be a very small regiment of Red Guard currently having looks like a discussion of sorts as you guys have you guys stop your horses, not to get too close, and they seem to be having a discussion amongst themselves, but they are blocking the way to get into the distant Galahad to head down to the graveyard. They seem to be having some kind of discussion, but they're all out of earshot at the moment.
Can we see any other potential, like, more narrow paths or roads that we could take around?
Unfortunately, with the way the walls and the sections of the city go, there are other options, and you guys could go there, but this is a very lightly guarded one with only 4 people sitting there. There are other options, but you have no guarantees whether or not there are more guards there or not.
Okay. I think I should floor it past them.
Well, before we do that, I undo my cloak and put it over our good friend Astrid. Astrid, you're gonna be very pretty for a bit. I'll need this back though, just to make you a little less, noticeable. I said putting over the very rainbowy, very flowery
Yeah.
cloak.
Maybe
As it
if
goes
I-
over his shoulders, the flowers and roses shrivel up and freeze over and become a blue, all different shades of blue, light blue, dark blue, and black. And they literally are ice cubes on his back now.
Oh,
Unexpected.
That's good on you.
Yeah, that does look good on you.
That's good on you.
Thanks. I'll keep it on for now. Maybe if I
Yeah.
crouch down and stay low, They
No,
won't think
I-
I'm as tall as I am.
I imagine they may try and stop us and either prevent us from going through or ask us for a business, at which point they're definitely gonna see our faces.
Well, I mean,
Calicath, quick, hand me some bandages.
well, it's
All right, Astrid, but I don't know what you're planning on doing with these, man. And I
I imagine he's trying
I
to hide
attempt
his skin tone better. That's why he
maybe,
got-
and I pull out some
I
bandages,
don't know, it's-
and I hand them
Calicath.
to Astrid.
I need you to roll
Yes.
a d4.
Oh.
Okay.
Slipped your mind.
I got a 4.
Oh.
oh, that's as bad as it gets.
Ooh.
Calicath.
Ooh.
Yes.
Astrid pulls from the spool. And when he pulls from the spool, a few bandages come out until almost like a Kleenex that has run out of its Kleenexes. There's a and the last bit comes out. And instantly, with no hesitation, Calicath falls to the floor unconscious.
Uh-oh. Astrid, what did you do?
I don't know. I was
back. Put it back.
Put it back, put it back.
and Astrid starts trying to shove the bandages back into the
The
back
spool.
into the roll, into
Yeah.
the spool.
They fit in there awkwardly. Calicath continues to lay unconscious.
Alright. Zatira, pause the
I don't know.
horses.
Right. Okay.
Let's roll him over. Let's look at his eyes. Is he breathing? Heartbeat?
Pat his cheek a little bit. He doesn't instantly wake up.
We've done this like 6 times where we had to check someone. I think we're getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Poke his nose.
Calicath,
Yes.
before you stands a hallway. You are in pitch dark darkness. The lights behind you, it's almost like there are torches that light this hallway all the way forwards and all the way backwards. And you hear this chime, ching ching, sound way far behind you, deep within the hall. I want you to roll an athletics check. Or actually, excuse me, as you turn around, the lights begin to turn on.
Oh hell.
Uh-oh.
And then another
you
light.
said Okay. Calicath backpedals for a moment before trying to move away from the disappearing lights.
Another light. And another. It seems to be getting closer and closer.
I
You,
want to run.
your bot. You want to run? I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw as a tentacle appears within the light before smothering the candle, crushing it against the side of the wall. Another tentacle, getting closer and closer.
A natural 20 for
A
a 22.
natural 20. You shake off this freezing fear, and you are capable of moving if you so wish.
Yeah, I fucking book it away from that direction.
Your body
as
turns and you
fast
begin to
as
run.
possible.
Again, another slimy tentacle slap from behind you echoes its way as you go running down the hall. I want you to roll an athletics check.
Where's my athletics? Another natural 20 for a 21.
Another
go.
natural 20 as you go
Let's
running
go.
and running and running, and your body's moving. As you look over with your left hand, for a second, your left hand like uncontrollably opens. You see an eye stare at you. You shake it off. It looks like a normal hand again as you go running, and the light's getting ever closer. And you're in the hallway. Then the perspective changes and goes farther and farther and deeper, and begins to open its way into a hallway. You see a door frame up ahead as you begin sprinting your way. Doing anything else?
Continue sprinting as fast as I possibly can. Calicath desperately does not want to look back.
As you're sprinting and sprinting and sprinting, your clothes change. Your body now in this white tunic you look down for a second as you're sprinting. You look like you're in a grease taupe robe, almost like a large bed sheet covers you and wraps around your waist as you run. You look like you're some kind of Greek like a philosopher as you sprint and you're running. Your feet, your shoes are gone as you're getting closer and closer and closer to this gateway, to this open door, to this open frame. And we go back to Astrid and
What the
our
fuck?
party currently trying to wake you up.
Derek! Go again! Oh no!
I try and assess if, trying to look him over to see if any other wounds, if he was affected by magic, maybe.
Was he shot?
Roll a medicine check. Was he shot? Also roll a medicine check.
I would love to also roll.
That's a natural 20. Wow,
Natural
total
20.
21.
He's breathing heavily, sweating, running down his cheeks, running down his face. He looks pale. You quickly feel his temperature. His temperature's hot. His butt and as you try to perhaps open his eye, a slimy tentacle rolls up from the top of his eye into his eyelid, disappearing into his skull.
Is that supposed to happen?
That's no good.
No.
Wise doing something, I think.
Yeah. I don't think he was shot, by the way. I rolled a 14 on my medicine. I don't think he was shot.
There are no arrows within him as far as you can tell.
Yeah, I called it. Oh boy.
Find this bastard and fast.
I'll put 1 HP in him. I'll lay on hands real quick.
Just place your hands upon him to give him 1 HP. Does he have to roll anything, or does it just put 1 HP into him?
Just puts 1 HP into him.
He does receive the HP point.
Good.
The body itself
Alright,
doesn't give much of a reaction, though.
Well, he took it, which means he's not dead. It's...
Saphira would like to assess the bandage bag a little bit more if there's because she knew it was supposed to be endless. Can she see any any magical sources, magical runes, anything that?
Roll an arcane check and then tell me the languages that you know.
That's a total of 11, and my languages are Common and Infernal.
Common and Infernal.
And Common, Infernal, and Thieves'
There is a language of something, arcane runes of some sort, but it is complete gibberish. It is hard to discern what it is. The piece of the spool that the bandages come from, they themselves looks ancient. It looks old. It looks like something that was beyond what you would find in, say, a mummy's tomb or something dramatic and like that. It is almost outlandish and just ancient. It's hard to discern what kind of magic this is, and even then, you're not sure what this would be.
May I look at the language?
Any of you read this?
Yeah, I'll look. Yeah.
Glancing over it.
I can speak Celestial, Common, and Elvish.
Sound like anything you've seen before?
Wow.
It looks like gibberish. It almost looks as though Celestial, but all the letters are slightly wrong and on the wrong spots. None of the verbiage makes any sense. None of the acronyms make any logic. It's almost as though, as you're trying to read it, it's as if numbers are put into places that they shouldn't be, which makes no sense. The words almost spell words, but they don't. It's a complete catastrophe of some arcanic rune.
Is there anything that vaguely makes sense? Like a
Roll an
word that's
intelligence
almost
check.
a word? Alright, raw intelligence. I rolled a 4.
The most, and this seems baffling and weird, the most word thing you find is horsefoot.
Oh. Satira, I've got bad news.
Right.
He's got horsefoot.
Shut the fuck up.
That's what it says. Look.
Right, You could have just said you don't know.
Look, that symbol.
Right.
I shouldn't even explain it to you. You're not
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah,
No,
I'll
It's not
say
helping us.
that the horse foot is spelled wrong, and the O's in the
Oh.
horse are with zeros.
even. Well, someone was being cool with it.
Truly seems
Hey.
random.
Hey, gamer tag. Hey, DM, may I roll Divine Sense?
Sure.
All right, and that's detect good and evil, specifically the location of any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet, or anything with the hollow spell.
You do find a celestial within 60 feet of you.
Is it Cal?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good. Things are still normal. It's good. Struggling to think of something to do. This
That-
isn't like a common thing.
That's good, you
Horseshit.
say. As I pan back over within Calicat. Calicat, you're running and running and running. You break free from this hallway into this open space. The like this wet sound kind of slamming its way down the hallways, and as you run through into this open room, a large door closes behind you from the hallway you came from. It goes quiet for a second before you turn around, and the walls are oozing this greenish white ooze. It's translucent in nature. It's almost slimy in the entirety thing. It comes down to a center point. It's very hard to see in this dark room.
Even if I have dark vision.
Your dark vision is inactive. Doesn't work here. And as you're looking or trying to gather the building, the room, the doorway you came through that had the large door closed, you hear a large, loud boom hit the wall, almost as though something just shoulder bashes into this metallic wall. It echoes into the chamber you're in.
Calicath quickly slaps himself in the chest and casts light on his own body.
You speak the runes necessary, you slap your chest for light, and your body emits nothing. I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit. I got an 8.
An 8. And as you do so, your feet slip out from underneath you, the traction gone as you land on your ass and your back, and you begin sliding down this large chute. And you now see the room as a large circle, and you're sliding towards the center, down this large hole where you see a creature envelop a maw open in the bottom, like an antlion about to eat an ant. It opens wide, tentacles reach outwards.
I would like to quickly scan the room for any sort of area to go other than in the maw.
As far as the room and places to go, there's nowhere that looks like there's land. There's only the walls and then a chandelier of sorts, although you can't make good sight of it. It's hanging from the center. Although I call it a chandelier, it's something in the center. It's hard to tell. Currently about, I'd say, 15 feet ahead above you.
All right. I'll run towards the walls.
As you try to like flip your body off of your back onto your belly, and you're trying to crawl your way up to the walls in this oozy, sticky mess that's sliding your way through, almost like pushing your hands and feet against oil and your knees against oil. As you're trying to climb your way up, you push across this large mucusy slob. I want you to roll an athletics check, or I would even say, no, it'd be an athletics check as you're trying to climb at least high enough to get to the walls.
Oh.
See it down there?
Oh.
16?
16.
So,
You're making good
yes.
progress. You're pushing your way through, and even then, your body's slipping downwards, down the slope, down the ways into the abyss. Your arms reach out. You almost scream, but you don't have the time as your hand reaches out before, enveloped within a maw, you go. Fall, and then you feel the sensation of falling, as though you're falling down a long, long, long path, deeper and deeper and deeper. It almost feels like it doesn't end for a second before your body slams into the ground, though it doesn't hurt. And your eyes open, your body's covered in this mucus, your arms now look like they're bound to the ground. as though you're a plant taking root, and you look upwards to see a small title. O child of mine, serve your purpose. Make us whole. And that's what we're in tonight's session tonight.
What?
What?
I can't.
Thank you
I can't believe you
all for
died.
joining us on the reception table. I'm so glad to have you all here. I'm so glad to be with you, and I will see you in the next episode. Woo!
The Astrid just killed Calicat.